What up? So, hopefully you guys can hear me. I tried to hit the live thing, and all of a sudden, man, I should have wiped my mouth. Guys, I just had like buffalo wings, and I can still see like the buffalo sauce on my mouth. Whoops. My desk is a mess. Yeah, I hit the go live, and it's like, oh, are you sure? Like, we're not recording. You'll need to upgrade your plan. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, did I freaking do it wrong? Like, in the StreamYard, did I not set it up to do it like I normally do? Because normally it's set up like, I don't know, like maybe this is the only thing. There won't be any freaking recollection of this at all. Like there'll be no historical record at all. No, there's no party hat. I think my wife wants to don her party hat soon. What is it? Why is it? Hold on, I gotta mess these settings. Like the freaking comments are supposed to shunt it upwards. What is it doing? Hold on. Like the comments are what? StreamYard changed everything. What is going on? Why is the freaking settings not the dang same they always are? What is going on? Where's the settings? Like, yes, shift up videos for comments or banners. So why on earth, when I then click on Evie, no party hat, it didn't shift jack crap up. Didn't shift anything up. Hold on. I gotta figure it out. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Shift up for comments or ban. Whatever. I don't know. StreamYard's messed everything up. Christina is she's I think at Walmart. I think she's gonna join us when she gets here. Anyway, buffalo wings are amazing. Like it's cutting my face off. That's all right. Yeah, Jake, I already am. Like I've just begun. If we just started, I'm already ranting about something. Hold on. Anyway, guys. This is a 5K celebration. I am super excited to have hit 5K. I don't really know how to celebrate. Like I celebrated 3,500, which is a weird number to celebrate. But 5K, I think is like an actual huge milestone. And I appreciate you guys. Like that's awesome that we hit 5K. And it's just freaking cool. Like honestly, like you guys are so supportive. Anybody watch the channel, and it's super awesome. Everybody that tunes in for Book Jeopardy, which is literally my favorite thing that I do on my channel, is it takes so long and my brilliance goes unappreciated with my genius questions that no one knows. But I am tickled pink every time, and it pleases me greatly. And I wouldn't be able to do it if people wouldn't actually watch or agree to be on it. So even if even if no one gets it, I don't care. It's super fun. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for all the congrats. The little emoji face with the little noisemaker thingy. But yeah, I'm never gonna. Oh yes, Gregory, he who has read no books in his entire life. I appreciate it, Gregory. No, I just sometimes, and someone asked where some of these categories come up. I've just got them locked and loaded. That's not accurate. Sometimes I will be sitting there and I'll be thinking, and I'm like, okay, we got some standards with some oldies but goodies that may reappear. I try to have some kind of I don't know. I try to keep them along the similar vein. We've had a crossword clues for each one. And because Jeopardy did that all the time, hit a crossword. I love the crossword clues ones in actual Jeopardy. And then it'll just hit me, and I'm like, oh, I'll think of a question. I'm like, how can I make that into a category? That's what happened with the Sarah J. Maas ones recently. I don't really know why. I thought of it came to me like a quart of Vin and Kelsier, and I don't know how that came to me, but that's where that thought spawned the whole category. Because I'm like, it fits. You got one syllable and then two syllables. I mean, Kelsier is really two syllables. We can say that it's Kelsier, but it's not. It's Kelsier, right? Yeah, I agree. Gregory's never seen a book. What he holds up are really cereal boxes that have dust jackets on them. We know you're a dictator. I agree, Fallen Adam. You should all be reading Discworld. Guys, literally, there's a setting that says shift videos up for comments or banners. Why is it just covering my face? All you can see is a furrowed brow. You cannot see the mouth where all of the work is doing. It's just here, look at how mad he is. So I don't really understand it. Yeah, the various fantasy. I'm kind of running low. Like Ghosts was kind of like we're scraping the bottom. You know, we're almost out. Yeah, series specific categories are the hardest ones to do because yes, everyone, if they had read it, can get them, but you can't really make really good questions, like in-depth questions that delve into, you know, people having read the whole things without giving them away, without spoiling it for people watching. Because I never want like Book Jeopardy to spoil something for the audience watching. And so that's why it's hard. So even though in the last one, they all read Long Price Quartet, they were all general knowledge, non-spoilery Long Price Quartet questions. Really Sanderson is that came about trying to find more questions to fit the category. And I hold to it. It was so popular. Like A Quart of Spread and Pancakes was so popular among the Gen Pop that, you know, it's one of those Archimedes in the bathtub eureka moments that history will remember forever. But yeah, I was just trying to find, questions to fit it. And that's what happens. Oftentimes I'll have a category. Oftentimes I will think of one question, and that's how Perhaps came about. Like I was writing alternate titles, and the question, the Romans dressed like the Pittsburgh Steelers, perhaps, that came to me. And I'm like, that could be alternate titles, but I'm like, it's not the same as alternate titles. And then that's where Perhaps came from. And then I had to think of 4 others that, you know, that fit that category. So that's often how it happens. Yes, Carthago Delenda asks, Carthage must be destroyed. In case you don't know, Cato the Elder during the Third Punic War times, late 200s BC, or early 100s BC, right there at the end of the turn of the century. He ended every speech with Carthago Delenda est, which is Carthage must be destroyed. Even if he's like talking about like the reruns of, you know, Dr. House. Like, so last night, you know, we all saw House, he solved the mystery, and, you know, he yelled it and was sarcastic at people. Also, by the way, Carthage must be destroyed. Ends everything with Carthage must be destroyed, because that's how he do. Yes, best served cold. It was something like the ideal way to procure ice cream or something. The ideal thing of ice cream. I don't know. It was something, but it was best served cold. Like that. I was very proud of that one as well. Black Tongue. Yeah, I liked Black Tongue Thief as well. Sometimes I write questions and I'm like, this is uninspired. I'm just like, look at these peasant questions that I write. And I'm like, they're perfectly serviceable. It's like, you know, he gets the job done. But then there's the ones that I'm proud of, which are the ones where I read them and I go, those are the ones that I'm a super big fan of. Yeah, no, I get it. Like alternate titles and Perhaps are very similar. They are very similar, but they are different. Andy, when in the debut one of Perhaps, called out the thing about Autumn War, where it's a prolonged conflict in the time of pumpkin spice. That's more of a Perhaps one than an alternate title. Alternate title is more, what's your vocabulary? Like how many synonyms can you identify for words in there? That's more alternate titles. Perhaps is more, like Ben is saying, it's a word problem. It's like, what kind of lateral thinking, like word association, can you make? And so, yes, the questions that nobody will get that I write them and I'm like, no one's going to get this, but it pleases me. And I used to shuffle them and just like the order I doled them out in, that's the money value they're worth. And I stopped doing that and just started assigning them based on the difficulty that I think they're there. That is, look, Alicia is making the best decision of her life right now. Like you've made the first decision of the rest of your life. And Captain Vimes is our hero, and you know, should be hailed by all. Oh, when someone gets it, I'm so happy. When someone gets it, like Klaus got my Wolfgar question. Really, any of the D&D questions, because a lot of them come from like D&D books or Dungeons and Dragons. Because you know, I've played D&D forever. Like I've played D&D literally since 5th grade when I didn't even understand D&D. Because my parents. So the genesis of my D&D experience, guys, and I appreciate you all being here. There's like 69 people here. It's exciting. A bloody conflict in October. Yeah, that is a better alternate title. Sorry, I'm blanking out. Yes. Sometimes I think that like when I write questions for my students' tests, that I think in terms of like the way I write Jeopardy questions, where I'm like, no one's gonna get this one, and I just like want them to, and so they are punished. But it's not like I don't test them on anything they don't know. I mean, I test them on plenty of things they don't know. I don't test them on anything they shouldn't know, but I do test them on plenty of things they don't know. But that's just because, I'm sorry, what? Can I go to the bathroom? You don't have to go to the bathroom. No one has to use the bathroom at the same time every freaking day. And I know you went to the bathroom last period. You don't have to use the bathroom that much. If you do, you need to see a urologist. You just want to go wander around, see your boyfriend, play on your phone. You're not going to the bathroom every day. Hold on. What was I going to talk about? D&D. Thank you, God Emperor. Evie. Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads sent me a Commander Vimes bust. So he sits on my desk, being the policeman of kings, so that I don't get too tyrannical. If I ever feel like the power going to my head, and I'm gonna, start my own evil empire that someone might then take over. Do you hear the people sing? Right? I look at Vimes and I'm like, oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry, Logan, is that you? Can I use the bathroom, please, every day? It's so much of that. Yes, Abby, always better to come watch me live than read. Well, actually, no. I should be reading too. I need to read. My best friend was here. He left yesterday, and me and Christina both miss him. It's really the first time Christina's gotten to hang out with him for an extended period of time. But he went home, and now it's sad because we had our two TVs. You can see right there, that's Dark Souls. It's paused. Not paused, but I'm somewhere where enemies can't jump me. And he had his TV, or my other TV was right next to it, and we were playing Dark Souls 3 together. I actually just got wrecked in Dark Souls 3 right before I launched this. So hang on. Let me hit these comments, guys. Let me hit these comments. Oh man, I've had so many discussions on my channel and in my videos about the fact that I don't know why schools won't let children read stuff they want to. There's plenty to glean from Discworld. There's plenty to glean from Brandon Sanderson. There's plenty to glean from Lord of the Rings or other fantasy novels. I don't understand why we have to read stodgy, musty old classics. And there's nothing wrong with those. I like some of them. I hate everything Dickens has ever written, except for Christmas Story. That's okay. But any of his long form stuff, get out of here, Dickens. Nobody cares. You're paid by the word and everybody knows. That just makes them hate reading. It makes them hate reading. And everyone hates Catcher in the Rye. No one wants to follow freaking Holden Caulfield around New York. Yeah, you phony! You're a phony! Holden, go back to school. Get an education. Seriously, because you need one. I know you think you're smarter than everybody, but that's because you're a teenager. You're not. Hang on. No, I don't want to be an evil emperor, but it happens. The singing has begun. Yes, I know, Charmaine. It's the only thing that stopped me. Tigana is excellent. I am not done with Tigana because time got away from me. So I still have to finish Tigana, but it is very good. I know, Jake. Truer words have never been spoken, guys. If I had lost my way and was in charge of even evil empire, and a scrappy bunch of fantasy characters organized a heist / revolution against me, I'd be very conflicted. I would almost want to join them in their effort to overthrow me, because it would call to my blood. I would feel it in my bones. Yes, greetings from across the pond, London. Yes, Abby's in London also. Revolution. What am I reading? Okay, I'm currently reading this, The Fall of Babel, which was an arc sent to me by like I had, been bothering Josiah Bancroft, like, hey. And I'd sent several emails to Orbit being like, hey. And then one day, Mr. Bancroft messaged me on Twitter and said, hey, give me your address. I'm gonna try to get you an ARC. I'm like, yes. And it came in, like, he's like, they're not even printed yet. So it'll be like, several weeks. And then it freaking came in last week when my friend was here. And I'm like, I don't have time to read this, because I could have read it. Like, I could have spent a ton of times reading it. But the problem is that then I'm not hanging out with my friend who I haven't seen since my wedding 2 years ago. So hang on, Sam, we're putting a pin in it. I'm coming back to it. And so, so I'm reading. It's really good. I'll return to that in a second, trying to answer the comments as I get them. I am liking Dark Souls very much. I do not like being told to get good. And I'm aware of my level of not get goodness. So my solution, because I platinum Bloodborne, it was very difficult, but fun. But my solution is to, when in doubt, grind. When in doubt, grind out some souls, jack up the levels. And that's what I'm doing in Dark Souls 3. The dancer of the Boreal Valley was challenging, but I mean, I got her eventually, but it was hard. My hands were shaking. Freaking Dickens. Yes, I agree, Derry. I agree. I don't like the Lanker stories as much, just because I'm a City Watch guy, but I agree. Kai, creator of the artificial intelligence. Hate Catcher in the Rye. Now, see, that is the way to do it. Like, let them pick something themselves. Madness. Many people, my wife loves Great Expectations. One of her favorites that she read in school. I dislike Great Expectations so much. Like, I hate it so much. But I know I'm in, I'm not a minority. I think a lot of people don't like Dickens. But I know a lot of people who do like Great Expectations. But I agree. Catcher in the Rye is awful. Again, look, much love for Great Expectations. There is much love. Don't worry, Twainy, you haven't missed anything. Holden is the worth. I agree. I don't know what It Happens is in reference to, but I'm sure I did something. Yes, the classics are the best, but they don't read the thing is they don't read those in school either. Like, they've cut out Odyssey and any of that. Like, Shakespeare's all dead too. So it's like the classics that I like, they don't even teach anymore. Everyone should repress Catcher in the Rye. Look at that, letting you read what you want. Hold on. Oh my gosh. This happened the last one. I'm so behind in the comments. Yes. So I am not against making kids read the classics. I'm against making the kids read only the classics. Like, they should be able to read things that they enjoy as well. Yes, I did see that, and I agree. Sinlin does rock. I don't know what this is, Gregory. I don't know if you're just shrieking. Yeah. You're shrieking in reference to this. I know, right? It's freaking good. Like, I'm about halfway through. But I got it over a week ago. I got it last Thursday, and I haven't, I should be done. Like, I should have been devouring this every moment of every day, but my friend was here. So, Senlin is incredibly overrated. A sci-fi class, nice. Thank you, Logan. Yeah, they don't have any of those here. Like, it's all just like, we're going to read. They let you pick a book, but it's from a pre-approved list. And yes, hold me to that, Evie. They're over there. I'll get those when Christina's back. The Babel books are great. Kieran, I have such great shame every time I walk into my book room and I see Burnt Sugar there, still not filed on the shelves, because it is out, because I still need to read it. I've been telling Kieran that I'm going to read Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi, I think, finalist for the Booker Award last year. I've been telling him for over a year I'm going to read it, and it's like 200 something pages. And my wife's home, and I'm going to, Kieran, I'm going to tag you in every social media thing the second that I read it. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Favorite D&D race is not gnomes. Hang on. Bollocks. Oh my gosh, it's gotten so fast. It was so exciting. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, a freaking package came. We were at dinner and it came, and I'm like, I didn't expect this. What is it? Like, it's like, oh, yes, I will probably be summoning you for Dark Eater Midir when I make it there. Yay, thank you, Ola. Yes, Guards. If you've been looking for an excuse to read Guards, October, Shelf Space with Philip. Okay, so Mort is fine. I don't think Mort is one of the strongest Pratchett books. I think Mort is a good entry place, but I don't think Mort is his best book. I think Guards to this day is the best one. And there are people who swear by publication order, and that's fine. After I read Hogfather, I started with Color of Magic on. But Mort's fine. I think a lot of people like it because they like the idea of death as, blue collar worker. I actually chose to read Rebecca, and I really liked it. I loved Rebecca. I liked it way more than Jamaica Inn, where they just like flit about in the moors. There's fog and some smugglers, and that's it. Like they just smuggle in the fog. Rebecca is way more interesting. Caesar is so good, but Brutus is an honorable man. If you guys have not seen Damian Lewis in the Shakespeare shorts, Damian Lewis during the Mark Antony speech from Caesar, it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Good for you, Pete. Yes, that's what they're reading currently, Josephine, is a bunch of the World War II stuff now. Hang on. So the only Shakespeare that anybody does here is Midsummer Night's Dream. Like every year, a different one of the high schools does Midsummer Night's Dream in the drama, and they do it badly because it's not good. I was so sick of Midsummer Night's Dream. I've been in it twice, and I was Theseus, mighty Theseus, Duke of Athens. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts. I was him twice, and I don't even like Theseus. That's what it was. Hold on. Yes, thank you, Sarah. That's awesome that sixth graders get to read The Lightning Thief. A lot of my students have already read it because anytime I talk about the Grai Eye, the three women who share an eyeball, they're like, oh, that's like the taxi drivers and the Lightning Thief. I'm like, yes, it is like that. Hang on. I'm holding to my promise. I'm man of my word. I'll get there. Oh yeah, Six of Crows. I must needs read that. It's a punishment book. I'm so behind, guys. I'm so freaking behind. Tieflings, no. Hang on. So the kids in my classical studies class have to read some of the Aristophanes. Last year they had to read wasps and frogs, and I walked them through it, and they hate it. Yes, Jay. What up? East Blue Saga working nice. It is quite good. You don't even know what's coming. Like it's so good. Like One Piece is excellent. Like guys, there's so much One Piece like blowing up on freaking BookTube right now, and I'm just like I've been watching One Piece for 20 years. Look at my first BookTube video. There's a Luffy alarm clock right behind me. Like I love One Piece, so it pleases me that One Piece is getting a lot of love. But then people like, do you read One Piece? I'm like, yes. Like yes. Like I've watched One Piece for 20 years. I prefer the anime because I think the Japanese voice actors are amazing. And my brother reads the manga, and so we converse on that. But I love One Piece. It's my favorite anime, like just far and away, by far. But yeah, Kristen, they hate it. They hate it. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Scrolling. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to skip some of these. Oh no, I'm almost there. I'm almost at the bottom. Yes, you can and should start with guards. Publication order's fine as long as you're committed to reading all of them. Like if you say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to read all the Discworld books. Color of Magic's fine, but Color of Magic is a lot of times turns people off from the series. I know so many people who have started with Color of Magic and never continued, and that's the tragedy. I have seen Shakespeare Abridged. It is quite funny. Hold on. My favorite knight. Hang on. Spurgeon is still loving his box. Oh my gosh, what's my favorite myth? Okay. I'm going to get to all of these. I'm going to get to all these questions, but I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to explain my D&D genesis. So when my parents divorced when my brother and I were young, he's 3 years younger than me. And we went to my mom's for the summer, but we're too small. We can't stay alone. We're young. So this lady who had 2 kids would watch us during the day while mom was at work. And the older one, who I think is a couple years older than me, knew this game called D&D and let us play. And he DM'd, and my brother and I and his little brother were the players, and it was awesome. And it was so much fun. And, it's kids playing D&D. What do kids know how to play D&D? They're doing stuff, and who knows if we're playing by the rules, right? So I told my mom, Mom, I want to play D&D. And so we went and bought a D&D book, but it wasn't. It was the Monstrous Compendium. And those of you who've played since 2nd edition, it's these little 3-hole punched pieces of paper inside this binder. And that's what I bought first. it doesn't tell you how to play looking at the monster sheet. Like, you got Thaco, hit dice, armor class, region, number appearing, rarity, that kind of thing. And I taught myself how to play theoretically from the Monstrous Manual. So I played this like bastardized version of D&D with my brother. And then, only then, did it later require the Dungeon Master Guide and the Player's Handbook, where I actually learned how to play the freaking game. And so I started DMing a game in middle school, and then in high school is where it hit the stride. And, you know, me and my buddy Finn, who was just here, and two of my other friends, and then one rotating guy, we played a campaign 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, almost ended it, picked up with a slightly new group, like they kind of like bled together. And then the year after we graduated, like people would come in from college and visit, and we would pick up the game, and we finished it. It was such a good campaign. And then I've played since then, like 4th edition. I never liked 3rd edition because there's so many rules. You don't even need a DM. 3rd edition is a min-maxer's dream. Min-maxers love 3rd edition. So all of you in the comments that I haven't seen who says, what about Pathfinder 3.5? All of you, I've called you out as min-maxers even before I see it, because everyone, like, min-maxers love 3.5. And then 4th edition, where one fight with like 3 goblins will take 4 hours. And then finally 5th edition is a less deadly 2nd edition, which is why I really like 5th edition. But I haven't played in like 2.5 years, and it makes me so sad. DMing, like, the purpose of D&D is to tell a collective story. And that is why when people stop you all the time, like, because I've I mean, I don't really play. I've always DM'd, but I've played with, pickup groups where they're just like, I'm sorry, that's not in the rules. It says that I can do this. And I'm like, I know what the rules say, but everyone else is kind of going along with the story. Like, this is a narrative game that we're all like party to. Yes, the dice rolls are important. That's true. But like, are you really gonna like insist on this? And it's just not as fun. Like, so anyway, that's my D&D. That's my D&D story. I love D&D. I've just played so many D&D, and that's where those D&D questions come from. So hang on, let me catch the comments. Yeah, there you go. Like, I read publication order after I read my first one, which was Hogfather, because someone you hated the Hogfather film? Wow, that's I mean, I can see that, but I liked it. But maybe because I'd read the book already. Guards is great. Like, the problem is the characters in the watch books are so good. Like, Commander Vimes is, I just love Commander Vimes. Nice. And the thing is, I talked about this with Andy and Hillary from Bookborn, in that like, one shots are fine, but you can't tell the overarching, multi-book narrative that you want to tell with a one shot. Like, it's gotta be a continuing campaign. Yes, Kieran. Yes, you're the only person who likes Holden Caulfield. I probably never, but I do have me and Angela and Greg and Sarah we had made a board game video, and we're supposed to make another one next week. Because I like talking. That's the thing. I'm interested in board games and video games as well, not just books. But all right, we're still talking about Catcher in the Rye. Oh my gosh, Catcher in the Rye. Yeah. I had a dude who, like, we played 3 very briefly, and he was a samurai class, and he like min-maxed the crap out of Aijutsu Focus. Did I really say that I was letter of the law? Didn't you say I was spirit of the law, honey? You said I was spirit of the law, but I said I was letter of the law? I need to go back and watch that, because I'm surprised I said letter of the law, because there are plenty of people who follow like the exact letter, but not the spirit. I need to go back and watch that, because, it should be spirit of the law, right? Like, you follow the rules to... Anyway, yes, a bunch of Nortons, who is a villain. Vimes is awesome. Carrot is also awesome. There you go. You and Kate. Guards. Hogfather's fantastic. Charles Dance is Vetinari, 100%. Dairy, 100%. 100%. Moist is like, it's a joke. And, like, Charles Dance is like, oh, pardon me. Do let me know if you're obliged to make another one. Like, and he's just so like no smile at all. Ah, Charles Dance is so good. I have seen that. D&D is very fun but it can also be very not fun. It really just depends on who you're playing with. Board games. Would I rather play as a gnome in D&D or wear Holden's deer? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. Guards is so good. Like, the freaking Elucidated Brethren of the Ebon Knight make me so happy. Another board game video is coming like next week. Min-maxing is, yeah, again, the guy with the Ijutsu focus. He's like, I get first attack, and, you know, it does like 10d6 points of damage every turn. It's just dumb. So someone is talking about, hold on. Yes, I think that Death and Vimes overshadow the Witches books. I think the Witches books as a whole, personally, I think they are a more mixed bag. I think they are less consistent in quality. Like, I don't like Witches Abroad. I know a lot of people do, but I don't like Witches Abroad. I don't like Equal Rights. I think Weird Sisters is one of the best Discworld books, period. I love Weird Sisters. I love Carpe Jugulum. I hate Lords and Ladies. Again, this is all from last time I read it, though. Like, I may like Lords and Ladies better this time, and those other ones. So that's why. But I think the witches themselves are really great characters, and they are definitely overshadowed by Vimes, etc. Yeah, I don't know. The ideal pasta shape is spaghetti. So spaghetti is ideal. No, fettuccine! It's fettuccine! Turned red. Yeah, I agree. Detritus, though I know a lot of people say detritus. I've always said detritus. Yeah, that's a good point. What I mentioned, tax evasion is legal. Like, I mean, it is. Like, I mean, I don't do politics on my channel unless I'm talking about education, but just know there's a building in the Cayman Islands that is home to 18,000 plus corporations. That's a big building, and it's only 5 stories. Interesting. Nice. That's awesome. I have a spreadsheet of books as well, but that's what you got to do. Like, that is why a lot of people don't like talk about being mood readers and aren't like hardcore TBR fans. I like having a TBR and doing buddy reads and stuff because that is the only way that I'm going to read stuff that I wouldn't normally choose to pick up. So, every time I think I'm almost there. Oh, I am almost there. Yes. Veterinary, hands down, amazing. Yes, there are terrible D&D games, great D&D games. We Free Men is not my favorite Discworld novel, Kieran, and you know it. We Free Men is perfectly serviceable, but it is not the only one that We Free Men that deserves to be on the Time 100 best novels of all time. Ridiculous. I have never played Summoner Wars. I need to read the Witch books again. We Free Men is, again, fine. I would 100% read Catcher in the Rye, written by Pratchett, rather than have the joy sucked out of Discworld by J.D. Salinger. Like, it's not even a decision. Like, J.D. Salinger would just take everything good about Discworld and he'd make it mopey and cynical, and then Pratchett would make Holden funny. That makes me so sad, God Emperor. I mean, they're not for everybody, but like, Sam Vimes is he's my guy. Yeah, 100%. Weird Sisters is great. Macbeth is great. The Witches are, yes, Derry, that's where I am. The Witches, I love the Witches, but not always their book. Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with following the rules, but it's there to service the shared story you're all telling. Like, it's like, there's no opportunity like Dungeons and Dragons to tell this collective narrative. It's just so good. No, almost. Yes, I made it to the bottom. Ah! So, I have not seen Good Omens, the show. And this is going to be a dumb reason why I didn't watch it. So, Good Omens, I think, is very funny. But I don't love Good Omens. I think Good Omens is the best part of Good Omens. And those of you who've read Good Omens, I need you to back me up. The best part of Good Omens, and maybe one of the funniest gags in any Pratchett book, is the other four horsemen of the apocalypse. Like the other, it is so funny because, it's like, oh man, it's just like, it's dumb stuff. Like, you have death, war, pestilence, famine. And then you've got these guys that are just like making up like minor inconveniences. But then there's this one of those guys keeps changing his. He finds something new that he hates worse. Like that would be a worse. So I want to be that one. And Pratchett's like, so we have the horsemen, really cool people, formerly known as things that don't work properly, even after you've given them a good thumping, like things that smell like fish or something like that. And it's just ridiculous. And I laughed so hard when I read it. But it's this biker gang that's following the real horsemen of the apocalypse around. And they're like, we need names. And they just give themselves like ordinary names. But the guy who cannot decide on his horseman name is so funny. And the TV show removed that whole plot line. It removed the other horsemen of the apocalypse. And that's why I haven't watched it. That's literally why. Kate, you're the queen of buddy reads. Like you see someone reading something, you're on it. I agree. I don't know. I need to lead a revolution. Yes, Kieran. Thank you so much. Super chat. Oh, whenever super chats pop up, I'm just like, whoa, look at that. That's awesome. It's like bright blue. Thank you so much, Kieran. Kieran was he was the first person to comment on one of my BookTube videos. The very first comment I ever got was Kieran. And so he's awesome. Like if you like literary fiction, like Booker, like especially Booker Awards, it's about to enter Booker season. They're going to release the long list. I think I just saw on your channel, Kieran. And so he's the guy to follow for Booker coverage. Just completely amazing. So thank you so much. Yeah, God Emperor, that's a hot take. Like very few are the people. Do you want to come over here? You're welcome to come sit here. Yeah, like I think people are wanting you here. My wife is here and just hasn't come and sat next to me. I think most people don't like the wizard books as much. I know I don't. Like Rincewind, I hate Rincewind as a character. Like I love the Unseen University, but I don't like Rincewind. I've got to move this. Honey, you're gonna have to squeeze it. I gotta move back further. Like so we got a new camera, and so I'm trading like usability for picture quality. Like, are you not going to be able? No one can
I
see.
did it.
No one can see you in that chair. Can you go grab my other one?
I'll sit on my pillow.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Anyway, I mean, I'll probably restart Death again. Hold on. Yeah, the library stuff will definitely change what you read. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you. Scuzz. Holy crap, you have a Good Omen Cemetery Pratchett. I'm so jealous.
That's so cool.
Oh, look, all the people agreeing with me. Yes. Grievous bodily harm. Grievous bodily harm. Yes, one of the other four horsemen is grievous bodily harm. Embarrassing personal. Thank you, guys. Embarrassing personal problems. Hold on. Where is it? Oh man, I caught up. I caught up, and then we freaking lost it again. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Embarrassing. Yes, he had a new name every time. It's so funny, guys. It's so funny. Yes, it's terrible. The answer is never. I won, so I'm never going to read Akamath. You're at work? Oh, Katrina is busy shipping antiques for the mob. So that's why they had a big shipment of jade coming in. Yeah, like it's such a dumb thing, but you literally took out my favorite part of the book. Yeah, David Tennant is what makes me want to watch it. But again, David Tennant not in his Doctor Who coat. Also, I don't want to see Tennant wearing a leather jacket. I want him in his Doctor Who coat. I really want David Tennant as the 10th Doctor as Crowley. That's what I want. I want Crowley to say Alonzi. Yay, Philip Chase. Philip Chase, y'all, the doctor here is about to hit 10K subs because there is a hankering for intellectual content on BookTube, and Philip Chase does it, second to none. He's the, best in the biz. Like, if y'all don't, there's no way you follow my channel and not Philip's. Philip is also, not only is Philip an academic and an intellectual, he's also nice. And sometimes those things do not coincide. Sometimes the intellectual crowd is just like, you haven't read that? And then they like spit on you as they pass. Philip is not like that. Philip is the best. Hold on. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Kieran. Look at this pound sterling. That's 199 quid. That's 1 quid 99p. Everyone's happy to see you. Yes, I agree with you, Derry. Derry, we have the same, we have such similar Discworld opinions. We are kin, you and I. I don't like Rincewind, but I love the Unseen University. Everyone's saying hi to my wife, my wonderful wife, Christina. None of this is possible without my wife, because she very graciously gives up time with me in order to let me do BookTube stuff. So we appreciate her. Oh, yes, Derry. Yes, Brian Blessed. Yes, that is so perfect. Everyone, hi, Christina. Hi, Christina. The Librarian, love The Librarian. Ooh, I have The Librarian in my, I have a stuffy of him. He hangs off my shelf now. It's so hard to get him to hang. Hold on, keep going. Yeah, no, I love The Luggage. I love the Unseen University. I'm completely with you. Like, I like all the books once they stop focusing on Rincewind. And the early University is like really douchey. Like, he just made the wizards like really mean. But once Ridcully takes over, or Mustrum Ridcully, not his ancestor or whatever. Once Mustrum Ridcully takes over, it is much. I like the wizard books much better. Oh my gosh. I'm really trying to hit all these things. Hold on. Yeah, absolutely. I think once you're a huge fan of Discworld, then it's totally fine. Completely agree. The attractiveness quotient just increased dramatically because you showed up, as opposed to an old man.
You're not an old man.
Honey, look at this. I can't.
Makes him look distinguished.
I've never looked distinguished in my life. Hold on. One book to get into Flintlock fantasy, Guns of the Dawn. Guns of the Dawn by Adrian Tchaikovsky. If you want a standalone. If you would like to start a series, The Shadow Campaigns is excellent as well. The Thousand Names is the first book by Django Wexler. I don't like Promise of Blood, so I would not recommend it, but many people recommend Brian McClellan's Promise of Blood, first book in the Powder Mage trilogy. So one of those three. Again, there's a quest for the best of Flintlock fantasy coming very, very soon. I'm going to make a video about it very soon. Adrian, Adrian, just cleaned up Last Jeopardy. It was ridiculous. Katrina is a mobster. She is one of the Call family. I meant that I didn't lose, so I don't have to read Akamath. That's what I meant. Maybe, yeah, I'm sure there will be a challenge that I lose. I don't remember. Yes, I do. That is a great scene. TV always removes the best lines. Who'd win in a fight between me and Dr. Chase? Dr. Chase has studied I think Philip knows martial arts and stuff. Don't you, Philip? Don't you know jiu-jitsu? Or am I just imagining you as some kind of warrior monk? It's possible I'm just picturing you as a warrior monk.
That checks out. That makes sense. I can see that.
Maybe. Katrina definitely works for she works for No Peak. She works for No Peak. Posh Allen is Philip's biggest fan, 100%. Hold on. Oh my gosh, there's so much I'm missing. Then you're in good company with the academics. Nice. Christina is the best. I have not read Unsane Academicals. It's one of the like 4 books, not counting the Nightly Fiegel books, that I have not read. Yes, Dr. Kate's here. I'm getting to it. I'm gonna get to it. Hold on. Placeholder. I need to show off those books in a second. Okay. Pratchett is so good. I have not read The Left Hand of Darkness. I want to read Ursula K. Le Guin. I think The Dispossessed is on my TBR because someone wanted me to read it. But Left Hand of Darkness I've heard a lot about as well. I did end up recommending that. Yeah, no, my wife is the best, 100%. Angela and we're one step away from declaring a holy war on Brian McClellan. Guys, I'm not a huge, thank you, Sam. I'm beautiful. I'm not a huge fan of, what do you mean the wrong use of military ranks? You don't know the Lascaux military ranks? Maybe they changed it up. Yeah, I'm actually, so all my patrons, like every other month, I let them give me suggestions on what book to read, and I put it on the spinning wheel and I spin it, and that's what I'm gonna read. And I just spun because next month I'm reading The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell, which is the first book in his Arthur trilogy. And then in October, I'm gonna be reading Recursion because that's what it got. So I will be reading that. So I don't like what? What do you mean you have to answer? Who asked you? Asked you what? Oh, Christina, I didn't see I'm so sorry. I missed the second part of the question. I'm so sorry. Please answer.
I'm reading this. Ooh, it's not gonna focus.
There you go. Yeah, she's reading
this. This was given to me from Kate. So thank you, Kate. I'm reading it. I am on chapter 5.
This is a coffee mug.
He uses it fairly frequently.
A Court of Wanting Resand, apparently. This was sent to me by Katrina because she thinks she's funny.
She is.
So my problem with Brian McClellan, and this is nothing against you guys who like Brian McClellan. It's not. You're allowed to like Brian McClellan. But I do not think he is... Rather than just not liking his book, I dislike him personally because I feel like he is taking a really awesome premise and botching it. And that means that I feel like he's attacking me, Alan, personally. And that I cannot abide. And so if he is going to declare war upon my sensibilities by making a really awesome premise and sucking me in and then, pooping on it and not like literally looking up how too many people on a battlefield would be, or not spelling Colosseum right multiple times, or having someone be able to see for 6 miles. Like if you had that much visual acuity and your brain was taking in that much sensory information, your brain would explode. Like you'd go crazy. Like I don't know. And the dialogue. I read a novella, and if those of you want to rant, you'll see it in my wrap up. I read his first novella, and it's like the dialogue. It's literally, and I read it to Christina, and she was like, ugh. It's like it's not a situation that's uncommon. So it's a situation, it's a guy an underling trying to, report to a commanding officer, and the commanding officer is aloof. And it's like, we've all seen that. There's nothing wrong with that situation. But it's like, think of the dialogue that would be the most cliche in that situation. And that's the dialogue Brian McClellan goes with. It feels to me like Brian McClellan, the first thing he thinks of, he writes down, and then he leaves it. And it's there permanently, never change it. He's made a vow. He's like, I will never change a word that I have written. Because it's like literally, the situation. So Tomas from the first book, he's still a sergeant in this. And his superior, his lieutenant or captain, goes and talks to the general on his behalf. And he's talking to him. He's like, this sergeant had this plan. And the general's like, what is this? Who brought you this plan? And he's like, it was actually Sergeant Tomas. And literally, guys, and I'm not even exaggerating. This is verbatim. The general goes, it says he tapped his chin and goes, Tomas. Where have I heard that name before? And it's like, are you kidding me? That is as bad as in Return of the Crimson Guard, the assassin guy, like trying to kill these guys, getting knocked to the side, regaining his composure, coming after and saying, "Where was I? Ah, yes, killing you." That's bad dialogue. It's not good. It's objectively not good. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and you can disagree, and that's fine. That's fine. We can agree to disagree, but it's stuff like that. It just bothers me and it wouldn't bother me as much if I didn't love the setting and Flintlock fantasy so much.
Just stuff like that, like, knocks you out of the story and distracts you from the story.
Yeah, but it wouldn't bother me that much if it wasn't like my favorite subgenre. And now, after that long story, I have probably like 8 million comments. Speaking of exaggerating numbers, hold on. Philip's a warrior monk. I know Jimmy does jujitsu. He's also a wrestler. Philip is a 20th level sorcerer. Yes, he is a warrior monk with a Viking sword. Okay, all right. So Philip would win. I have a katana, but I am not trained in its use.
And it's probably dull.
Jake wants to know where our party hats are, so you can go get your fuzzies.
Okay, but don't forget about these.
I won't.
Can I?
She has not stolen Fall of Babel yet because I'm mostly home. Like when I go back to work, she'll probably start stealing it and reading it.
Yes.
I have not read Le Guin, Kieran. I think you may be the one who told me to put The Dispossessed on my list. Christina's here. Yes, Larry. Christina, how are you doing? Kristen wants to know. She'll answer when she gets back. I've heard The Dispossessed is amazing. I used to go to karaoke a lot in college. I sing Piano Man and Crocodile Rock. In fact, when I was over in Japan with some, 4 other students, there's a karaoke machine in our hotel room in Travel Week, and there's private karaoke rooms in Japan, unlike here where you're in the middle of a public bar. So we sang karaoke a lot. But me and this guy named Big Mac, we would sing Crocodile Rock, like that was our jam. And then we sang it so much that our liaison told like the head of the GK group, like these Japanese businessmen who kind of sponsor our trip over there. We had a big like dinner with them out in the country before we left. And then she made us sing Crocodile Rock for them. And, we do the motions, like when you do Crocodile Rock, Crocodile Rockin', it's something shocking. Like these Japanese businessmen, like they had like one drink and they're just like red faced and like these businessmen could not stop laughing at me and Big Mac, who's about 8 feet tall with a huge beard, singing. Man, they loved it. But I don't sing karaoke anymore. That's not what I do anymore. Not right now. I'm hot. I'll put it on momentarily. Dispossessed. Good. Some more for Dispossessed. Nice. A lot of love for Le Guin. Yeah, I want to read her. I mean, she's, has some seminal works, but that's fair, Jake. Always loudly. That's
all caps.
Perfectly
Only
fair.
Lego.
Look at this beautiful couple.
Thank you.
Is this what we're doing? All right.
And I like
Left-Handed Darkness was good. That's good. Hold on. Each gray hair holds the soul of a whining student. The Lathe of Heaven. All right, I'll put that down on the list. Sam has a hot and incorrect take about the ending of Guns of the Dawn. Everyone else likes it. Sam is alone in his dislike of the ending, but the book is excellent. Katrina is a delight.
She is.
Oh yeah, the female characters in Promise of Blood aren't good. I mean, they're just not good. That's not right. Derry, look at this. She says, I know what's happening exactly in your head when you sigh and go quiet. The words I want to use will be unhelpful to my channel. How do I say this without using all the curse words I know? It's more of like, I don't like being, like, I know I rant about a lot of stuff, but I don't like being. So when Conan O'Brien left NBC, and I have watched Conan O'Brien every Monday through Thursday since like his like 3rd year of late night through the first 2 years of him being on TBS. I love Late Night with Conan O'Brien. I've been to a taping. Like, I'm a huge fan of Conan. And when he, the debacle, the disaster that was the freaking Tonight Show debacle, because Jay Leno, he talks about like when he's leaving, he's like, I don't want anybody to be cynical. Cynical is the quality I like least in people. Like there's a difference between saying negative things and being cynical and mean-spirited about it. It's like how you can joke with your friends. Like, so when Finn was here, Christina's sister asked her, like, why do they wish terrible things to happen to each other? Like Finn and I always like he's sitting there, he's reviewing his stock portfolio, and I'm like, Finn, like, I hope, it is my hope against hope. My fondest hope is that the American stock market drops to zero. And he's like, why? I would be destitute. I'm like, yes. Like, I would trade anything for you to be destitute, for you to have nothing, like for you to lose everything. Obviously, that's not true. But that is how he and I communicate. And so while I'm playing, like, every time I die in Dark Souls, he's like, yes! He's just so happy. Like when I'm just like, you know, like just completely crushed in Dark Souls. And it makes him angry when I actually beat a boss. And that's good-natured ribbing. Like no one's being mean-spirited. So the reason I pause is because I have something negative to say, but I don't want to be mean about it. Like I don't want to be mean-spirited because I'm not a mean-spirited person anymore. I used to be. I'm not anymore. So anyway, thank you. Agreed. There we go. It's not the Holy War hasn't quite started yet, but yes, welcome. Okay, here we go. Got to keep going. The novella was not good. Yeah, I agree, Marcus. All right, so I just need to knock Philip's glasses off, and then I will have the advantage.
Then you can win the fight.
Yeah, I mean, dialogue is incredibly hard to write. It is incredibly hard to write. Not great female characters. Hold on. They're talking about, like, most people think that Joanna, I was hoping that you were still in the channel, that you were still in the stream when I said that. Joanna loves when I quote that line. Like, apparently it makes her laugh every time I quote yes, killing you. It's not good. I do not like Return of the Crimson Guard. But hold on. Everyone's quoting that line now. Hang on a minute. What is happening? I hate when like someone posts a comment and just like goes to the bottom. It's like, you didn't want to see these previous ones. Oh no, I haven't read it. I have to read it. The live show's next weekend, and I haven't finished. Okay, here's where I am in Fall of Babel. Please note that I'm closer to the beginning than the end, even though it is excellent. Like, it is excellent. There was a single line of dialogue that just like, it shook me, and I was like, that's about right. Christina won't let me say anything about it. She's like, you spoiled stuff for me.
Yeah, I don't want to know squat.
I know. Hold on. Yeah. So many people have contacted me saying that you can no longer hear the word genre without hearing Trebek go genre. So guys, if you've seen my last video, my most recent video, I wanted to be a game show host for a really long time. The very first thing I wanted to be was a theme park magnate. I would design theme parks all the time. My very first theme park I designed was a dinosaur theme park. I still don't know why a dinosaur theme park hasn't been made. Now, before all of you are like, but there's a Jurassic Park ride at Universal. I know. That's not the same thing as a dinosaur theme park. It's not the same thing. But I want to be a game show host. And so I've been watching Jeopardy for forever. I love Jeopardy. No one watches Jeopardy with me because no one like Christina does not like watching Jeopardy with me.
I can't answer fast enough.
It
makes me feel dumb.
You're not dumb. Like, you're not like, if you don't know Jeopardy questions, you're not dumb. Like, but I love Jeopardy.
But he knows like all of them.
Sometimes.
And he gets them before the contestants do.
That's because I'm allowed to buzz in before they are. They have to wait. They're locked out if they buzz in before he finishes reading. But for years, I have been wondering, like, every time Trebek goes, genre, the first time I heard it, I said, what did he say? Genre. And so the fact that I now have a BookTube channel, I have a platform where I can now inflict that, and how ridiculous that is. I've had more than one person be like, thank you. I have always wondered why Trebek does that. Like, there's a unity of spirit in that, in discovering that there are other people like you out there who have always wondered why Trebek says genre. But now every time I say genre, I'm going to put that clip in, genre. And Joanna is, every time there's a bit that I put in my videos, like a repeated bit, Joanna always comments on it, and it makes me so happy because I find repetition really funny. Yes, agreed. It's just stuck in my head. Look, Jafar's amazing. It's time to say goodbye to Prince Abubu. I love Jafar. Jonathan Freeman. Never done anything else, but he does Jafar. No. I like villain monologues. No. You don't get me wrong. I like villain monologues. That's not correct. I don't like lines like, where was I? Ah, yes, killing you. That's just like bad dialogue. Cliched. I mean, even some cliches, fine, but that's just a bad line. Reading Le Guin. Rusty, thank you so much. Like super chat without even a super chat. Thank you. That's awesome.
Private karaoke rooms.
In North Carolina, apparently. They do not have them here in Florida. Everyone wants me to wear accessories. I'm trying to make it look different than.
It's very hot in our
It's really hot. I'm gonna turn up the. Okay, guys, I'm gonna turn you over to Christina momentarily while I refill my coffee and turn the air and the fan on. And
the air's on.
I'm gonna turn the air down and I'm gonna close some of these windows and I'm gonna acquire some accoutrement. So 1 second. So just talk to them.
Can I show them?
No, I'll show them to you in a second. Hold on.
Hello, everybody. Oh, there's a question for me.
Okay, well, click on it.
I can't. Where's the mouse?
It's right here. Where is it?
Down here. Right, this one. It's
this
me.
One? Oh, Darren, thank you so much. Dang, super chat. There you go.
Yeah. So I am a reader. I don't know if y'all can hear me. The microphone's far away from me. I am a reader. I do not read as much as I used to. So I'm kind of like easing back into it. When I was in middle school and high school, I would read all the time, stay up really late reading. I once skipped an entire day of school because I convinced every one of my individual teachers in middle school to let me skip class to read this book I had borrowed from my friend and needed to return by the end of the day. So I used to be like super crazy into reading. Fast forward college, I minored in English, and something about having to read some of the things that we studied. In particular, I remember taking a class on contemporary American fiction, and it was subtitled American Dream or American Nightmare. And it was just very dark and gruesome, and yeah, it was not pleasant for me. And so I switched my major to music entirely. And it's been hard for me to get back into reading for fun. I have become very picky about what I read. I want things to be, I can't handle a lot of dark things I just can't handle a lot of dark things. There's enough darkness in the world without me. Hello, Cowboy Allen. So anyway, but I also want it to be like good. So I have trouble finding things that I really, really love. And I love the Sinlin books. And yeah. And I'll let Alan. Back to Alan.
I'm gonna show you these in a second. So
once our hands aren't so
but yeah,
sweaty.
my wife does not like Christina doesn't like she doesn't like dark things, she doesn't like violent things. So when we're playing like Dark Souls, me and Finn, like she doesn't even like the sound, like everyone screams, like kill things, and they go, Aah! And she always says they're yucky. She thinks everything on Dark Souls is yucky. She doesn't like gross things. Christina's you were very
delicate.
Yeah. She has delicate sensibilities. Look at this ridiculous hat. Ridiculous hat. Thank you. Agreed. So excited about starting Shadows of the Apt next month. Did he really? That's awesome.
Well, then we must needs read it.
Yeah, we must needs read it. Jake wants me to be. I used to be really mean. I used to be really mean. I am no longer really mean. Yeah, I don't mind rants. Like I don't. But the thing is, I mean, there's a danger if my channel is mostly rants, I'll end up getting a lot of people who want to like crap on other stuff that other people likes. And that's not what I like to do. I like to talk about how I don't like things because they're bad. But I don't want to be like, hey, you're an idiot for liking this. And that's not what I want to do. But I can still dislike things. So it's a fine line to walk. So ranting is part of who I am, like as a person. It's like, it's in my genetic code, if you will. But it's just, I've just got to try to walk the line. Oh, I'm so far behind. Thank you, Jake. Conan. When was I talking about Conan? Oh, cynicism and meanness. Conan. Oh, so much Conan love. I was going to say, what's bad? Yes, the Leno stuff. Yes, Leno. I never watched Craig Ferguson, mostly because he was up against Conan. Yeah, that's why.
Loyalty.
And I didn't love Mr. Wick in Drew Carey, and so I was like, well, I don't like Mr. Wick, so I'm not gonna like Craig Ferguson. Plus Conan, I love Conan O'Brien. Yes, I felt really bad for Conan. I mean, Conan was treated poorly. A lot of people for Craig Ferguson, Johnny Carson. Yeah, I didn't watch The Tonight Show. I've never really watched. I've never found Jay Leno very funny, and that's really the problem. Conan was always so much funnier to me. BookTube karaoke. No, I don't sing anymore. It's just not something I do. Wait, didn't we sing like a ton? Like on the last one, Disney songs. Like, yeah, I don't sing on command. I just something pops in my head and I sing it. Carson was, yeah, he was awesome. Joanna, yes, I know, and I will always do it. I have not. And if Jake is still watching, Jake Bishop, he will second this, that I need to read Codex Alera. In fact, I'm actually probably more likely to read Codex Alera before I continue with Dresden, just because it's shorter. And it like there's so much about it that says that I'm gonna like it. Our air isn't running.
It is running.
You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear it.
It just got really hot in here.
Oh, maybe can we close the window?
Yeah, it will make it darker.
That's okay.
Okay, I tried to close them earlier, and then I was
It's
like,
fine.
it wasn't
too dark. Oh no! So many people didn't like the wolf. Yes, the same stuff. Rebecca. Half the stuff, guys, I didn't realize that I started a thing, and then I just do it every time. And I'm like, I do that every time. Yeah, like there's just too many things. This is probably true, headcanon. Yeah, Jeopardy. LeVar Burton is, I like LeVar Burton a lot. Yes, Kristen, every time you see one of your student, Rebecca, just call on him, baby. Rebecca. Yes, Game Show Network. My roommate and I used to watch Game Show Network all the time. Good, Adrian. Good. You should call her that, Rebecca. I'm glad it's poisoning everyone's mind slowly. It's mind control. Hold on. Scrolling. Dinosaur Island. I have not heard of that. I must look. Jafar is fantastic. Gregor, that's an oldie but a goodie. One of my earlier videos is a review of the second book of Shadows Linger, the second book of the Black Company of Shadows Linger. And every time there's a character named Marin Shed in the book, and every single time I say his name, I just throw up. I don't even put the noise in. I just for a split second throw up a picture of an actual shed, and it was so stupid. When I was doing it, I was like, this is dumb. And Gregory, thank you. I'm so glad you like that. Can we what? Put what where? Yeah. This hat is making it so much hotter. Philip says hello. Everyone's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Darius says hello. Philip says hello.
Hello.
Okay, this was back when I was okay. So we might be caught up here.
Almost.
The queen is taking control. Everyone could hear you. They get Christina moments. Christina channel when? I know. Start a channel.
I don't know that I read enough to have a channel. It would be a lot of like, and I read 4 more chapters, guys.
In August, you're gonna read Emma with them, with Evie?
Oh, I should do that.
You should. Evie, it looks like you're gonna be able to convince her. Yeah, I agree, Joanna. Mm-hmm. Guards is on her list, Darren.
It is. It's on my list. I have a bunch of books that were given to me by Alan and by a couple of you guys, and I'm trying really hard to prioritize those. So I'm working on
it. Philip would take me more seriously if I only ranted with my tiny yellow cowboy hat on. Today I'm going to talk about. Oh, look, now it's like now I'm a farmer. Am I a pilgrim now? Like what kind of hat is this?
I used to think of like a rain hat for some reason.
This is
you're gonna go slushing around in the rain.
Is this my slicker hat? Like, oh, let me get my galoshes, y'all. Anyway, Like I'm rootin' tootin' mad. Oh darn it! Like that kind of thing. Yeah, I knew Jake would second Alara. There we go. Tony, thank you so much. I found in my reviews that it's easier to write about stuff you don't like and write rants than it is to write about. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree. It is much easier for us to talk about all the things we hated than it is to find things that aren't, because I think it's easy for us to gush about something, but to find things that are constructive to other people when we gush. Like you can talk about like, oh, I love that, I love that, I love that, I love that. But like we have to be specific about what we like about it. That can convince other people that we're not just like saying the word fantastic, you know, oh, that was fantastic and this was fantastic. Like what about it that we love might other people love about it? But it's easy. I mean, you know, trash talking is the lingua franca, if you will. Sarah, thank you. Oh, Sarah was one of my first 12 subscribers. Her and the ladies at the Top Shelf Society. Yeah. It's the BookTube Finer Things Club. And every month they read a classy book. I think this month they're reading, I think it's Agatha Christie, Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Is that right? Or was that last month? What are they reading now? Oh no, it's The Maidens now. It's Michaelides, Alex Michaelides, Savior of Athens. I think that's what they're reading this month. More Codex Alara. Yes, I need to continue with Dresden, but it's not finished and it's 17 books. And Codex Alara is Roman. So yes, genre. Yeah, that's what I assume is going to happen, Jake. Howl's Moving Castle, they recommending to you?
That came up recently, didn't it?
Why does everyone, yeah, it was in a Jeopardy question. Why does everyone not like The Wolf? It makes me so sad. That's probably Ava in the background. Yes, Nymeria loving The Wolf. Yeah, there's a game show network that has a bunch of old game shows on it. Oh my gosh, you keep skipping to the bottom. We're almost to the bottom. Yes. Yeah, and they're accidents, but it makes me so happy, like when they just end up. Yes, I agree, Greg. It was just dumb. It was just a stupid gag that I repeated over and over again.
I wish y'all could hear this man cracking himself up when he's doing like the editing, or like he'll just be over here laughing at himself. He thinks he's so funny.
Yeah, and the point is, guys, like it's not.
But he is.
Like it's totally okay. Like if you know my viewers like don't think it's funny. Like I'm glad that people like Joanna, you crack up at them every time, and you know all of you do. If you think they're dumb, that's okay. They're not really for you. They're really for me because I think they're funny. And if anybody else finds them funny, that's fantastic as well. But I try to amuse myself I'm just like, you know, because I mean, everyone has their shtick, right? Everyone has their shtick that they do. And mine is repeating gags. It's just like every time I say the words "we free men," that it makes that noise and it pops up that cover every time. Like, and I do it every time now. So it's like exciting.
Promise of Blood.
Promise of Blood. Yeah. Oh man. Like I'm going to make a video on the genesis of Promise of Blood one day. So you guys know why I say it like that. Because there's a reason. There's a reason I say that. I agree. Yes, I would run live reading sprints. I do every now and then on Discord. But yes, I need to do more of that. The real problem is finding a work-life balance, is finding time, because any time that I'm not at work and doing something on BookTube, like I have to try really hard not to commit all of my evenings and then all of my weekend days, right? Because most collabs take place on the weekend because that's when everybody's, you know, off, everybody's off work. So that's most live shows take place on the weekend. And that's where most people can see them. Especially the last weekend of the month is the busiest, always. Like I've got a live show Saturday and Sunday, last week of the month, every weekend. But then like we're constantly filming collabs during the week. Like this week, I think I'm filming one on, I have not spoken to you about this yet, but I'm still not back at work. So we will spend time during the day of these days. We will not be spending time during the day of these days, nor the evening, because I neglected to remember that important factoid that you just shared with me right now. So, news to everybody is I'm filming one on Monday and Wednesday. think that's it. There might be another one. Oh, and I think the board game one too. 3 of the days. I will not do the other 2 days. I will leave those free so that we can hang out. Y'all see how like she is not pleased at what is happening right now. She is not happy at this. Oh no. Anyway, so that's the problem is like if I run something in the evening, because I haven't done any collabs the last 2 weeks because Finn's been here, and I'm not going to be involved up here. Like he's down for 2 weeks and I have to hang out, so I can't involve that. So I'm behind. Like so there's collabs I should have done that I haven't done, and they all trying to fix them this week. So that's unfortunate. It sucks because want to hang out with my family, I want to hang out with my wife, obviously. I want to hang out with my friends. So anyway, the bee's knees. I love the bee's knees and the cat's pajamas. Hold on. Please don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm just making sure.
Don't you have a game night on Tuesday though?
No, it's canceled. It's
No
canceled.
game
So there's
night?
nothing Tuesday. Yeah, nothing Tuesday. So we can hang out Tuesday. No game night.
We need a calendar. A
Yes.
shared calendar.
Yes. Oh, Fireskeeper's daughter in July and Maiden's in August. That's right. People have been recommending Fireskeeper's daughter to me left and right. Bye, Ariel. Thank you so much. Yes, believe you me, Jake. Believe you me. It makes me so sad that everyone. Christy, yes. You're right. I mean, yes, exactly, Jake. You got to, guys. If you don't watch if you like Stephen King especially, you got to check out Jake's videos. Like Jake, a Bookish Drummer. Like it's good stuff. He just finished I think a 10 video series on ranking literally his top 100 Stephen King books. The fact that there are 100 Stephen King books
That's crazy.
is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But he just finished it. It's excellent. Like he's read more Stephen King than most people that I know. So if you like Stephen King, for sure, check him out. He does skits with his Funko Pop, Stephen King and George R.R. Martin. Hold on. Yeah, I did feel wrong. It did feel wrong that I said "We Free Men" and it didn't pop up.
I did whoop.
Thank you. Gots to. Look at people being like, uh-oh. No, I know. You're 100% correct.
We did just go out of town together for.
Correct. They're thanking you for your sacrifice. Adrian is laughing at me. Like, no sympathy for my plight. He's laughing at how I botched it. At least Charmaine has the, I love this face. It's the, in here. Thank you for your graciousness, Christina. Sam would want to hang out with you.
I know. We were just telling our friend Finn about you, Sam. We were like, Sam's the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because Sam, if you don't know, is graciously working to create some channel merch, which is so exciting. Like, I'm so excited. And my buddy Finn was like, dang, I need merch. Like he's, he doesn't read books, but he wants merch so bad. Bees or no bees? What a dumb game. Oh no, accidentally turns to, yeah, I know, right? Okay. Yes, senpai. King is senpai. If Kate comes down to Florida, we got to see her.
Yes.
I agree, Benjamin. Like Bookish Drummer skits are good. It's good stuff. Yes, Piranesi is also on the tourney wheel, Tony, because many people have recommended Piranesi to me as well. Yeah, Sam is the best. Jake, I just call it like I see it. Like your Stephen King content's excellent. You have some hot takes. Like guys, Jake here ranks Song of Susanna over Wizard and Glass. Like that's a hot take. But some of his takes are good. Like with the overrated books. Like if you ask people what their favorite King books are, like you get a lot of the same answers. But I think a lot of people haven't read all of Stephen King's bibliography the way apparently Jake has. Like I've read many King books, but not even close to all. I only read half. But like the Song of Susanna, like we can never agree. I waited over a year for that book, and then I had to wait a year for the next one, and I was so mad. Song of Susanna. Merch. Yeah, Sam is pretty amazing.
Yep.
I know, Jake. I know. As long as I don't rant about something, I'm caught up. Bollocks. No.
Oh,
What?
weekend of September 12th.
We're not doing anything that weekend.
Oh, I have a wedding the next weekend.
Yeah. Probably, but I think Jake's come close. Oh, look, like the doctor giving it a stamp of approval. All right, Philip. It's also short. Yes, Kieran. Guys, I love it when Kieran reads fantasy books because he hates them. It's so funny when he picks them up. He read Senlin, and it was his worst book he read in 2020. He gave it 1 star. Maybe it wasn't the worst. Maybe one of Ali Smith's books was. But he gave Senlin 1 star. And you know what? I still like Kieran. It doesn't like, I don't care that he gave it 1 star. I understand, but it's just so funny. Whenever he picks up a fantasy book, he hates it. Nearly caught up. Angela and I are pretty close on tastes in books. So that would be interesting to see.
David just sneezed on me.
Maybe where Christina's the host. The problem is she'd have to write the questions, and you could, but you'd have to know, look up a bunch of book stuff. Anyway, I love Jeopardy. Like, I love it. It's so much fun. Hold on. Where is it? Crap. Scrolling down. Oh my gosh, it went down. So everyone like blew up the chat with Piranesi. So Evie loved Piranesi. Yeah, exactly. Who'd write the questions? Benjamin, DNF Piranesi. Okay, pausing it. Yes, because sorry. So, guys, like last week, if you did not see my Twitter story, 28 of my patrons, and some outside, 28 people like saw my video about complaining about like the fact that the Senlin Subterranean Press books were sold out, went on eBay, pulled their money, and sent me. And it's the nicest thing anybody's ever done. It's the nicest, besides my wife marrying me. It's the nicest thing that anybody's ever done. They sent me like the freaking Subterranean Press Senlin books. Like, they had to buy this. They're out of print. Like, I'd buy it off of someone who's selling them like for more than retail. And I'm so touched still. And so I want to show them off. Like, they stack to form the tower. Here you can see the first book. Like, their cover is, very, sorry, the lights. There you go. You can see the cover, glossy, like inside, like, and they're all the same number. Like, there's only 400 of these, and they're all signed by Bancroft. They're all bollocks. They're all signed by Bancroft. They're all number 366. They each come with like bookmarks that are related to the book. Like right here, these are the train tickets to the tower that Senlin and Maria had. And the inside, like there's gold and everything, like on the like gold there.
Oh, no, you lost the bookmark.
Sorry. I'm just trying to show them without like knocking them over. And all of the little epigraphs at the beginning are in gold, and like they're illustrated with these beautiful illustrations. Like, hold on. Like, here's a scene from part 2 of Senlin, and it's just gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. And you see, this is the bottom run. This is the bottom section of the tower, and the other 2 stack on top of them. And it like forms one continuous picture, and it's just missing the last one to stack to get the top of the tower. And they're absolutely gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. And they are so nice. And so the fact that people would do that is so touching. Like, it's like, I don't even know how to process it. Like, I don't even know how to process it. And it's just awesome. And this community, like BookTube, is such an amazing community. Like, there's just such good people, and I have met so many awesome people. And so thank you again, anybody who was involved in that, because like I had literally given up hope of ever owning those books because I wasn't going to spend money buying them from a reseller. Like, it just wasn't. But, the power of us, like they pulled it together, and it's just freaking awesome. So So yeah, Sam, I hope that sated your curiosity. There's two others, but they're about the same. There's just different color like tickets and stuff.
Do you want to like hold two up and show how they stack?
Yeah, if you can go on my Twitter and see like the full picture, but I'll try to show that
they still have them in the plastic.
Yeah, they came in plastic dust covers, but you can see here kind of, yeah. Look, there you go, like how they stack like that. So yeah. They're just freaking awesome. They're absolute amazing quality, and it just makes me so happy. Like when this live show's over, I've got to go read more Fall of Babel because I am so freaking behind. So yeah, Senlin books. Yeah, Piranesi does seem to be dividing people. Yes, Trader's Blade. If you like Trader's Blade, you'll love the rest of them. Usually I have to be like, just read the other ones. You'll like them better. Gerald's Game I have not read. Alexandria Teachers with Burning Books. Oh, people would think I was a fascist. But yeah, because of the library. No, Kieran, your video on Breach of Peace was hysterical. Like you were not a fan. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Piranesi is good and short. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it makes me sad when people don't like the same books, but it doesn't. Joanna doesn't think I'd like it. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I have my camera, so I'm using a Sony A6400. That's my camera for my videos, and I have a Camlink 4K thing that I plug in USB into my computer, and I run an HDMI cable from it to something, from it to my computer, and I have to have the Camlink thing. Michael Nip helped me set it up, but yeah, it's a Camlink thing, and then my camera. Hang on. Oh my gosh. Where even are we now? I've lost everything. Hold on. Right. I have not read it. I do know that his next one is like actual full length. Like he's actually coming out with a full length novel. I guess he scrapped his trilogy of novellas thing. A lot of people wishing Piranesi was longer. I agree. Christina did marry me out of pity, an abundance of pity.
No, I did not.
Yeah, she did.
That is false. Yeah. False accusations.
Yes, I'd answer those on air. I would answer those on air. People are supposed to be sending Christina like asking me about books I have on my shelves, things like so I can do a challenge thing. I did one where it's like find a book that's between 500 and 510 pages on your shelf. And so questions like that.
Like really specific ones. Yeah. And we can definitely use some more suggestions. Yeah. So feel free to message me on Discord.
Thanks, Tony. I say bollocks all the time. Christina will tell you. True. All the time.
It's true. I
know, Sarah. It's absolutely gorgeous. Book Wheel of Fortune. They are very, very nice. They're awesome. Sanderson is arriving. Oh, Kieran. Oh no. Kieran's not gonna like it. He's just not gonna like it. I say bollocks all the time. It's part of my regular vocabulary. Like guys, like sometimes people wonder. I've actually had someone like, are you this energetic in real life or whatever? Like do you act like this? Like, what's your persona? I'm like this all the time. Like this is how I am 100% of the time. Tell them this is how I am in my normal life.
This is Alan. I would say like 80% of the time.
What's the other time? Sad?
The other 20% is like burned out from because he just like whoosh, has so much energy, and then he'll like crash. So either he's.
But what I mean is, when I'm energetic, this is how I am.
Like, yeah. This is everyday.
It's literally not a persona. Like I don't do it. I don't do it for the camera.
When my dad met him, he was like, "Alan is intense."
It's an accurate description. Yeah, he called me. He told her I was intense. Greg prepares all the questions. He's gonna ask me a bunch of like obscure, like.
That seems fair.
He's gonna ask me a bunch of obscure nonfiction books. Like I don't know that. People, yeah. It's an absolute gorgeous. Yes, it'll be like that show, The Chase on Netflix that came over from the UK because UK has better better quiz shows where they have to fight the Beast, like, and they're answering trivia questions against like that dude who like knows all the trivia questions. Have y'all seen The Chase? It's like that. That's what it'll be after the Tournament of Champions, Pete. It'll be everybody versus me, the Beast. Charmaine, Greg hasn't read anything. I am curious on whether or not I would like Jonathan Strange more than Piranesi. The problem is Piranesi is a blessed 200 and something pages, while Jonathan Strange is a monstrous 800. Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much, Christy, for your part in that. Yes, Twainy. Evie actually arranged it because Evie set the whole thing up. Like, she was the mastermind, has arranged it to where I will be able to acquire the same number for book 4, which is freaking awesome. Like, it's just like beyond words. Can't even process it. Can't even process. Like, generosity is hard for me to process just in general. Like, people being generous. Like, when I see a super chat pop up and like people have literally just like just donated money, like I'm really grateful. It's just hard for me to, I don't really understand, but I mean, I appreciate it like so much. It helps a lot with, just life, and feels good. And, anyway, I get tongue tied because I don't want like gratitude to feel like fake, like, oh, thank you. It's only what I deserve. Like, I just don't ever want to be, that guy whose voice I keep doing. I know, Ben. I know. I freaking know. I was not okay either. And then I went out and read it to freaking Christina, who had no context, and she wasn't okay. That's good stuff. Good night, Sam. He's already gone.
Bye.
I agree with you, Angela. Everyone should read the great. Kieran, you will be the first person I let know when I read it. Kate, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kate.
We love you, Kate.
Kate is so sweet. Philip, you're already gone, but thank you so much. Philip, you're amazing. Philip was an early friend I met on BookTube, and he's just been so kind and so nice. And I love, talking about stuff. And, Philip talks about things in a very academic and like intellectual and knowledgeable and yet accessible way. And I am sitting here. Oh, if you watched our Time of Dread live show this morning, like Philip's, talking very thematically and talking, like Philip does. And I'm sitting here yelling at the farmers for being whiny, like I'm just, I love Philip. Yeah, Cheyenne, welcome. Watch out, Kieran. Yeah, I completely agree, Marcus. Like, I hate that it keeps getting pushed back. Like, it's now March for Play of Shadows. But I'm actually kind of relieved because I'm so like just overdone. I'm cooked. Got too much going on. No, it didn't sound mean. It was nice.
It was funny.
Kieran reading Sanderson. I can't wait. Yeah, nothing. I just assume like text on the internet and things that are through text, it's always so hard to determine tone. So unless like I know you to be a huge douchebag, like it's part of your character, like you have the douche genome that was just discovered by Roderick K. Douchington the Fourth in a lab in South Wales. It was back in like 2004 or 5, I seem to recall. Just Google, like there's a Guardian story on it. But since that, like, unless I know that you possess the douche gene, then I'm just going to assume that you didn't mean to be, a jerk, or that it wasn't intended to be mean. That's what I meant. Yeah, I've been using, I use the mug. Well, mostly because all the blue ones are dirty. We have this matching set of like, we got them for our wedding, like these blue coffee mugs, and there's like 8 of them. But when they're dirty, because the coffee cups get dirty way before our actual dishwashers full.
We drink more coffee than we eat food, is
No,
what Alan is saying.
then we use dishes. That's different. Then we use dishes for the dishwasher. And so that's when I start getting my theme mug. I also have have any of y'all ever seen the show Suits on USA? I can't find it. What happened to my You Just Got Lit Up mug? I have a mug, a Lewis Lit mug that says, "You just got lit up. You just got lit up."
Is it in the garage somewhere?
It better not be in the garage. It's my favorite mug. You just got lit up.
Did it ever get unpacked?
Yes, I've drunk out of it since we've been married. I should know where it is.
Well, let me go look.
All right. You just got lit up. I hope someone, like one out of the 120 people in this audience, has to have understand my my reference. Yes, the chase. Yes, Derry. Honey, Christy says, whenever you rest your cheek on my shoulder, she thinks that our love deserves fan art.
That's so sweet.
I don't know if you heard her. She said, "That's so sweet." I have not seen The Governess. I've only seen The Beast. Thank you, Sarah. Have a great day. I don't know why I'm yelling. She can't hear me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Christina,
Yes?
Anne of Green Gables is her fave. Iola, is that Iola? I think it's Iola. I think it's a capital I. It's either Iola or Lola.
I love Anne of Green Gables, and my best friend Claire rereads it every Christmas, like the whole series, and she loves it.
Yeah. Bollocks.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find. Yes, the cash cab. I love the cash cab. I'm not gonna lie, when I was visiting New York, I rode in cabs like more often than I needed to. Like I literally could have taken the subway or walked, but I really wanted to get in the cash cab. I did not succeed. And if y'all don't know, Ben Bailey is a comedian, and Ben Bailey's comedy special, Accidental Ornithologist, is actually really funny, and I laugh really hard. I quote it semi-regularly because it's quite funny. There's no way you're reading the whole Stormlight archive, Kieran. No way. Yes, the chase, so good. Tom, yes, Tom, our musical aficionado. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Jimmy is the best. Like Jimmy is, man, like talk about professional wrestling, talk about fantasy. Like he had me on his Chatting with Nuts show. Every other Friday, he does a kind of like podcast style, just kind of chat with another booktuber, and it is fantastic. So we just had one with Sarah Reed's. He just had one with Sarah Reed's last night. It was great. So in 2 weeks, go catch up on the archive. And two, in 2 weeks, please tune in. It's great. It's like FDR fireside chats. Oh no. Oh goody. Is it a bunch of navel gazing? Thank you so much, Angela. Yes, I definitely want to make sure that I don't sound like, oh yeah, that is the Tamlin voice. Jimmy. Thank you. Night. Okay, guys, I don't know. I cannot stop myself from yelling good night.
You're far away.
Yeah.
You can't hear us.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
So sorry. Jimmy, I had wings right before the show, Jimmy. Right before the live stream, I had wings. Zach. Yeah, you would. Oh, yeah. Last year, so Zach is married to Hillary Bookborn, and he's afraid to read Piranesi because Hillary loved it and already like trashed her favorite from last year, which was 10,000 Doors of January. Zach. Zach just won some award, like first place in some competition for self-published novels for his first book in the Threadlight series, Voice of War. I have not read it yet, but I want to. I've got to get through this backlog. Like I'm 2 months behind. I've got books from June. I am going to be throwing into August. I've got to catch up. But I want to read Voice of War very badly. I know Andrew and Pete just read Voice of War and really liked it. So congratulations again, Zach, on your victory, as well as being a finalist in the SPFBO, Spiffbo, Mark Lawrence's self-published fantasy book off. I think it's fantasy book off or something else. Anyway, congratulations. That's awesome. Yes, Philip and I are, we definitely occupy different sides of the conversation, which is always why it's so much fun. And he's always like, Philip never is like mad that he was having an intellectual conversation that I disrupted talking about how dumb some character sounds or something. So here are here's Greg's Jeopardy categories for me. South American political leaders. Who is Hugo Chavez? Alex. Obscure political terms. What is filibuster's not obscure? Gerrymandering? Pork barrel? What is pork barrel or something? Naomi Klein books. What is His Majesty's Dragon? Which is Naomi Novik, but that's as good as I got.
The only Naomi.
Something with Sanderson.
And 2 other categories.
All right, that's
well
good.
On your way.
That's good.
That's how to do it.
No, assumptions in a separate vid, Larry. And there have been some good assumptions so far, guys. Like, if you have not left an assumption on either my last video or the community post, please do. Because I'm going to film probably put that out next week at some point, a video about y'all's assumptions. Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you for showing up and for the super chat. Have a great night, even though you're probably already gone. But thank you very much.
We didn't yell that time.
Correct. Oh my gosh, we're all the way back. The chat is all the way back at the douche genome. Oh no. 10 minutes behind. Oh no. I have not read Dune. I own it, and I want to read it. But again, I don't have the time right now. But it is on my list. I do want to read Doom. Everyone just says such good things about it. See, Gregory knows. He saw the article in The Guardian about the douche research. I agree. Like, the world has not been the same since then. Yes, you actually can, Jake. You can quote me. If you need like actual statistical information, find that article that I was talking about. But if you just want to quote someone talking about it, that's fine. You can use me. It has. I agree. It has been fully mapped out. That's what was so groundbreaking about the research. The douche, yes, Pete Sing Suits. Joseph, I would love you to see a copy of my debut novel in September. Very well. Like, that's totally fine. Just message me and I will send you my place that you can send things to. Address is what normal people call that bit of info. Yes, Suits is great. You just got lit up. Did you find my lit up mug?
No.
I also like Psych, and that was a Burton Guster. I'm not moving a dead body, Sean. Josephine, thank you so much. Agree with everyone. You two are amazing. I think she means us. Thank you for putting all the effort. Clear. Thank you so much. Like, the community building part it's such an important part of what I tried to do when I started my channel. It's just trying to find people who are nice and to talk about books and have a good time together. Like, the community part is such an important like aspect. Like, so thank you so much, Josephine, who is also one of my patrons and is amazing. Yes, Suits. Yes, Pete got it. You just got lit up. I love Lewis. Lewis is the worst. Yes, Lewis lit. Yeah, Stormlight is on. So my plan, Jake, the plan is for next year. My plan is to, because Stormlight 5 is coming out in 2023. So next year, which will be 2022, my plan is to read one Stormlight book every 3 months. So first quarter, read Way of Kings. Second quarter, Words of Radiance, on and on. So that by December, I'm done with Rhythm of War. So that even if it's November where book 5 comes out, I will be fresh up enough on Stormlight lore. Or if I'm not, I can watch the literal deluge, the hundreds of thousands of Stormlight videos that will come out right before the release. I can just watch those and get a recap. So that's my plan. But committing to reading one a month, I can't do it. Like, it's impossible. I cannot do it. So that's my long-term plan for Stormlight. All the suit love. Yes, all these suits love. Hold on.
Lost your place.
Oh my gosh. I thought I was making progress. I was not. False. Lewis Litt. Suits is great. Harvey. I love Harvey. I love Harvey as well. Yes, The Chase is in the U.S. on Netflix. And The Beast. It's the same British Beast guy, but it's American contestants, and they dumb.
That's not nice.
Well, sorry, they don't know any trivia. Thank you so much, Kristen. Kristen and her husband Ryan are dear friends of ours, and they have the channel Seeking Stories. Yeah. If you haven't seen that, where they study like
unlock the secrets of your favorite books, movies, and something.
Books, movies, and
darn it!
And yeah, that's good though. That's good. That's what it is. Where they talk about like the actual art of story crafting and filmmaking and that kind of stuff. And they're great and they're wonderful people.
Go check out their channel.
So yeah, absolutely. Yes. So my Stormlight reviews are either going to be what brings in people in droves to laud me and toss handkerchiefs at my feet. Because I'm finally reading something that people, lays, because I'm finally reading something that people know and I like it, or it will be the thing that turns the populace against me and they storm my back door with pitchforks and torches and, carry me by my ankles through the street and then pour paraffin wax on me and turn me into a candle. Goodbye, Josephine. She's probably gone. Ben also loves Anne of Green Gables. Ben, you're in Scotland? Yes, you're in Scotland. And follow-up question. If you're in Scotland, are you Scottish or are you just in Scotland? Yes, Miriam, my favorite Canadian. One of my favorite Canadians. Cash Cab. Carrie also loves Anne of Green Gables. Oh, yeah, it's great. I love Ben Bailey. Stephanie and Kate are reading Anne of Green Gables in December. Guaranteed tearjerker every reread for Gary.
Yes, me too. Me too.
Thank you. Look, someone else who thinks Ben Bailey's hilarious. Suits, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Drive them around.
The next time I pick up a YouTuber from the airport, next time I pick up anybody from the airport, really, I'm going to do Cash Cab. And I'm going to pretend like it's Cash Cab. Charmaine, that is genius. Christina, write that down so that we can remember that. Guys, I literally keep note cards next to my, on my desk so that when I think of things, and I'll forget them because I have to write them down or I'll forget them. Where's it? I don't see them.
I don't know.
Oh no, we're going to forget. I had a notepad. Bollocks. Books. Crap.
Too many books.
Son of a bee sting. Take this. This napkin will work. All right.
Oh, they're all here.
Those are all used. You can use this.
Maybe you just use them all.
No, I think they're on a different surface somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, some history. History. I'm going to put a community poll up on what people want first. Like I have 2 sets of lectures or like stuff about history, like the other ones I'm working on. So yeah, I'm excited to do some history stuff. I mean, they'll do fine, but
that's not.
But I mean, that's what I like to do. Heck yeah, Jimmy's BookTube's FDR. Such a good idea. Everyone go read Voice of War. Hillary and Zach are great. I agree. Congrats on Zach. Excellent. Yes, Cheyenne doesn't like Piranesi either. Uh-oh. Rock music. Does rock music stand for Rachmaninoff music?
Probably.
Because Christina says she can't play Rachmaninoff because her hands aren't big enough. Congrats, Zach. Look at Pete. Look at this Voice of War. This Voice of War voices of approval here. Yeah, I know it's never gonna end. Oh, more people saying I should read Voice of War. I agree. They're good covers too. Philip Chase called Piranesi meditative. Oh no. Zach. Dude, I know. Thank you so much, Kieran. Kieran, again, he was on my BookTube newbie tag, which was my very first video I uploaded. Kieran was the very first commenter I ever had. So Kieran and I are bonded forevermore, no matter what. I'll always remember the very first person who subbed. And it was super cool. We started our BookTube journeys at a roughly similar time. It was awesome. Yeah, I love Philip. Philip makes me want to read stuff too. Even when it sounds navel gazing, I'm like, well, Philip likes it. I should like it. Yeah, Naomi Klein. I don't know what that is. Don't. I can only read that in Finlay's voice. So my buddy Finn, like when he gets really excited about something, repeats things like progressively faster to where you can't understand them. So he would say this, don't. Like whenever you in video games, like when you're playing like a game where you collect a collectible and you can like look at it and examine it and turn it around. He always shouts like, yeah, it's right, look at it, turn it, look at it, turn it.
Rotate it.
Oh, sorry, rotate it. You're right, sorry. Rotate it.
Which is harder to say than turn it. So.
And then he was like, I kept finding like dumb looking Dark Souls gear, but it was just like amusing looking. So we like put it on. So that's so that's how I read it. Don't.
Finn, we miss you.
Add a Dune category for Jeopardy. I don't know enough about Dune. Sandworms. Paul, who y'all know you're pronouncing it wrong. It's actually Paul.
Paul
is how it's pronounced. Pronounced Paul. 300 pages from finishing Rhythm of War, says Rachmaninoff. Lot of Dune talk. I do not have. I mean, I'm going to read it, and I hope I don't hate it because it's blasphemy. Yes, Psych. I've heard it both ways.
Come on,
son. Psych is so good. Oh, keep skipping it. Bollocks.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, there we are. Sweet. I have seen Gallivant. I have seen the Ballad of Gallivant and the progression of the Ballad of Gallivant is. I used to watch it daily because I had DVR'd it. I used to watch it daily, especially the one right before, at the beginning of the last episode of the first season. It's so good. Like I love the Ballad of Gallivant, and I like literally now that you've reminded me of that, when we get off the stream, I'm gonna load it out. I love it so much.
100%.
Psych is awesome. Dune. Vinny Jones? Who's Vinny Jones? Who's Richard's guy? Who's Richard's bodyguard? It's not Geralt. I keep want to say Geralt.
What is his name?
It begins with a G. Is that Vinny Jones?
I can't think of his name.
Good.
But if it is, we love him.
Gareth. Yeah, Gareth. Yes, exactly, Jolene. Exactly. Yeah, so that's going to be my Stormlight strategy. Ton of guys, like, I'm glad y'all are chatty. Like the comments make this is what makes a live stream like so much fun.
We end up talking about everything twice because Alan talks about it, y'all respond, and 10 minutes later he sees it again in the comments, so he talks about it again.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're saying it's a bad thing.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying we talk about everything twice.
That's excellent. We're reinforcing learning. They teach you that. They teach you that in public school or in teacher schools that don't exist.
Pedagogy there.
Glad. Stormlight videos are coming for good or ill. Stormlight videos are coming. I love the chase.
Oh no! Look at Gregory's comment.
No!
Oh no!
It wasn't the same. We talked about this at the beginning. It's not the same. We talked about this in the beginning.
Burn.
Exactly, Derry. Exactly. Did Ben ever say if he was Scottish? If I missed it, Ben, you may have to say it again, or he's gone. If y'all know that Ben is Scottish, let me know, because I asked.
Still waiting to find out.
Cash cab. Off topic, Christina. Any tips on something to visualize while playing Beethoven Piano Sonata 30? Great piece, by the way. Look at this. Look at this music person.
Well, I would have to think more, but I will say I like to make like musical maps for myself where I have. You're probably thinking more like storyline, like to think about like a narrative that you can connect to as you're playing, but. I tend to have a musical map in my head so that I know like what's coming up.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
And
that's why I'm doing this. I'm looking at you. You know the answers.
So based on the form of the music, is that's what I'm talking about. A musical map based on the form. And then I'll pick like one or two kind of, sort of characters to embody maybe. If that makes
I
sense.
don't know the
I
answer.
try to get in that headspace before I play.
I don't know.
So I think it needs to be your own that you come up with, though. That's important. The end. Carry on.
Christina does that with me all the time. Like she says at the end when she's done. I don't really know why. She does. She'll finish her point and go, the end. I'm like, okay.
Because when I feel like there's no response needed, it's just sort of like, let's move on.
No, that's good.
Carry
that's good.
on.
Thank you for asking a music question, Rachmaninoff. That's fantastic. Look at how many
17
look at how many
cases.
plundered treasures The sold today. The
Good
Weakest
job.
Link was good. I watched it when I was in high school. Jimmy, holy crap! Like Jimmy, oh my gosh, Jimmy, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He says, I'm a pillar in the community. Well, fortunate to have you. Our convo was one of the best of my life, and shocker went forward. Jimmy and I's episode of Chatting with Nuts was 4.5 hours, guys.
Very long.
And literally, the only reason we stopped it is because I thought my wife was still awake, waiting to spend time with me. And she wasn't. She'd gone to sleep.
I was like,
We easily could have gone more. Jimmy, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, that's insane. Like, thank you so much. Like, my wife's going to cry later. She is. That's true. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Yeah, it was absolutely like the conversation. I mean, it's hard to be like, y'all should go listen to Jimmy and I talk 4.5 hours. But it's good stuff. Like we talked about good stuff. Like Jimmy convinced me to give Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire another try because I read them, the first 3, and then I read the others as they came out. And I did not enjoy books 4 and 5, but Jimmy gave me a new way of looking at it. And I've grown as a person. And I think that I might dislike books 4 and 5 less. And so I told him, I'm like, when book 6 has a release date, like he's actually going to come out with it, I'm going to reread the books, which I never thought I would do. Like I thought I was done. I thought I was done with Martin. But you know, Jimmy's good people. If you're not subbed to Jimmy, you should definitely sub to him. Check him out. Like Jimmy's good people. But thank you so much, Jimmy. That's incredibly generous. Like, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Oh, Ben!
There's the answer.
He is in Scotland and he is Scottish, lives all around a weirdly mixed accent. Okay, so Ben.
That's so cool.
So Ben, how much does it bother you that does every tourist that you meet go, to you? And follow up, do Scottish people really go, before they say things? Because I don't think they do. But I want to know, like, because the UK looks different in my mind than it actually is. I've been told by Abby and Sam, but
by actual people who live there.
They don't live there. They don't know. Like Abby says she's in London. She doesn't know. She's wrong. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Weakest link. You were not slandered. You were told to. Look at this. Look at this. Twainy with the hot take on Way of Kings. Katrina works in antiques. Antiques is not a real job. Every single person alive knows that antiques is code word for mafia.
So yes, Katrina, you were slandered.
They're not slandered. I'm telling the truth. Facts. These are true facts. True story. If I say it's true story, it happened. Everything I say is true. That's what I tell my students day one. I'm like, everything I say is true. And then they're like, what about this thing? I'm like, that was true too. Hold on. Oh, Finn. Oh yeah, Finn's. I love Finn. Finn and I have been friends since '96, 9th grade. He's fantastic. He's good people. Pivot. Yes, Max. I love Max. Max is also a patron of mine, and Max is fantastic. Max sent me that gorgeous copy of Shark's Tiger, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And Max is also a Long Price Quartet fan. He read them, and also a Vimes fan. And really, that makes you an excellent person. Dooney. It's not Dune. It's Dooney.
You talking about? Is it really?
It's not.
Oh,
It's not. I think he might.
It could be.
He might be making fun of me saying that Paul is pronounced Paul.
It could be Dune.
It's not. if you're someone who says, I just read June, if you put a Y in it, you have
It sounds like the same type of person that go genre.
Yeah, you have too much money. Yes, Gallivant. Oh, Richard was Tiffany Omenson, who is in. Yeah, he's freaking Lassiter from Psych. I love him. Yeah, I liked Gallivant a lot. Oh, it is Gareth. Okay, so we were right, Gareth. Thank you, Britt. It's my actual camera that I had to get a thing to hook it up to make it live stream. I do not know if I have any South African subs. I have no idea. But if so, guys, Pinkness is also from South Africa. Random question on a topic that came up. Favorite episode of Doctor Who? Blink. Probably hands down. Which was weird because it's a Dr. Light episode. If I couldn't say Blink, I would say Water of Mars is an episode that I love. I love Water of Mars because it shows the just how enough and how dangerous the Doctor can be if he doesn't have that kind of human link keeping him tethered to kind of some kind of morality, because he has all this power and his companions kind of, keep him grounded. So I love Water of Mars, maybe Tennant's last episode as well. It's one of Tennant's episodes, but I also really like the Raven one with Capaldi, because I really like the ones where the Doctor's mad, essentially. So that's your answer. But Blink, I think, is one of the best crafted television episodes ever. Ben is Scottish. Look at this. Holy crap, I didn't even see that, Jake. Yes, Jake and I agree on something. Yes. Jake, I think Jake has said this before. I think the mythos of Jake and I disliking, or Jake disliking things that I like, I think it's just the first thing I saw Jake dislike of mine was Greatcoats. And that was the first thing, that's what I had read at the time. That was a year ago. But since then, I think everything I've read that Jake has also read, we both liked. But I think it's just Greatcoats that we disagree on. I literally didn't see that, Jake. I didn't see that at all. Water of Mars, excellent. I love Doctor Who. I'm trying to get the Blu-ray things. Oh, from Jake, Christina, Beethoven or Tchaikovsky?
Beethoven. I like Beethoven.
Right on.
Tchaikovsky's cool too, but if I'm picking what to listen to or what to play.
All right. Suggestion someone who thinks they want to teach at a public high school. So, Cheyenne, I would need to know where you are. Public education in Florida is very bad. So I don't know where you are. You're U.S., right? You're in the U.S., right? You're not in Canada. Maybe you're in Canada. I forget. I knew where. I think you're from up north, aren't you? It depends on where you live. But advice is, it's going to be hard your first year. I would rather be dragged into the middle of the square by my ankle and turn into a candle than ever be a first year teacher again. The very first year before you've ever taught ever is the worst. It's the worst experience of my entire life. It's absolutely awful. It's absolutely awful. I would never do it again. But I would just make sure to try to find a way to have a balance. At some point, it has to be good enough, because the job can most certainly consume you if you want it to, because there's always more to do and you can always make your lesson better and you can always do better. But at some point you have to be that's good enough, whatever. And also the real thing, don't take it personally. If a kid fails, don't take it personally. My buddy who teaches next door to me is the engineering teacher. He does not care. When a kid fails, he's like, I don't care. It's not my fault. I know I'm good at my job. They failed. Sucks to be them. I feel personally responsible. If a kid does poorly, I feel like it's my fault that they failed. And it's not. But I am more miserable at my job than my buddy is, who's like, oh, well, sucks to be that kid. So that's advice. And I would make sure you teach in a district or a state that, compensates you and has policies that support you as a teacher. Florida, and my district especially, doesn't. Katrina is, what mob nickname would you give Katrina? It's got to be it's an object, a household object of some kind. What's around here? Katrina, the spatula. Katrina the Spatula Wright. That's what I'd give her. That's what name I'd give her. Thank you. That was talking to Jimmy. That was so much fun. Yeah, again, if it ever gets a release date, George Martin just needs to stop sailing around and, just write it. Well, then I guess I'm going to reread them in 2044. John Galt, thank you so much. Truth, justice, freedom, reasonably priced love, and a horrible day. Yes. Yes, John Galt. That's amazing. Where are we at? There we go. That's amazing. This is before we talked about Water of Mars. I'm so happy that we got the I don't have a Scottish impersonation really. It's mostly, the Scottish one is not, there's no Scottish Alan. So it just depends. Yes, exactly. The freaking what is the rights for what the rights is it? I love Reg Shoe. Like Reg Shoe is one of my favorite of the constables. Is the name of the freaking what organization? Ugh, I forgot. He's an activist, but I forgot. I've literally, the name is slipping me at this present moment for the organization. The founder of the Fresh Start Club? No, that's his club. What is it? Flip. You know what? Y'all know. Tell me. But I love Rick Shoe. But Discord, any Discord reference is A-okay in my book. Thank you so much, Kayla. No, 100%, Jake. Completely agree. Yes! Scottish people do say "ach" without noticing. I would haggis. I can't do it. I can't do it. And Ben says that tourists just shout Braveheart. That's not even his name. Okay. Any of you who grew up in the 90s, okay, what Ben has experienced is anyone in America who grew up in the 90s, anytime stupid teenage kids in the 90s, you wanted to be mean and you wanted to call somebody fat. And so they said, "Hey, Free Willy." The whale's name is not Free Willy. That's not his name. The whale's name is Willy. It's called Free Willy because the purpose of the movie is to free Willy, hence the name Free Willy. The name of the whale is not Free Willy, but all the stupid kids like, "Oh, Free Willy, ho, 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 ho." That is what you experience, Ben, every time they're like, "Oh, Braveheart." It's not his name. His name's not Braveheart. "Oh, Braveheart." But again, Americans only know the names of things. We only know the names of stuff. We don't know what that's about. It's about some Scottish guy. "Oh, it's Braveheart." "Yeah, Braveheart." "You mean William Wallace?" "What? No, Braveheart." "Yeah, William Wallace." No, Braveheart. Anyway, I hope that made sense. That's what I sound like. Hold on. I don't like Rachel. Monica's my least favorite though. I like Phoebe and Joey and Chandler. Apparently people think that it needs to be really long, Way of Kings does. I don't know, Tom. You would think the hand of the king would be present at one of these things, so maybe he's in dereliction of duty. Blink was a great episode. Yes, Jake, Water of Mars. That's so awesome. I agree that Peter Capaldi is incredibly underrated. And yes, God Sent is fantastic. Or Heaven Sent. I think it's Heaven Sent. But it's fantastic. My favorite myth, the one I like to teach the most is Theseus, maybe Hercules. I like I like Theseus and his great value brand labors. And Theseus has the dumbest villains in his story, like Skyron the Cliff Pusher and Procrustes the Stretcher, who just has roadside beds. You're a traveler and you're walking along and Procrustes is like, "Hey, do you want to sleep on my mattress on the side of the road?" And people say yes. I don't know. I like Theseus because it's ridiculous. I agree. David Tennant is Scottish, something I didn't know until after I'd watched Doctor Who. But he's great in Broadchurch. And if you've seen Broadchurch, like, first of all, Broadchurch is excellent, proving that Chris Chibnall does know how to write something, just not Doctor Who. Broadchurch is amazing. And there's a line that just like, I busted out laughing when I heard it. And I go back and watch it semi-regularly. Like David Tennant, he's like stressed out about something. He's calling like the guy at the headquarters, whose name I think is Craig. And he's like mad, and Craig doesn't give him what he wants. And he goes, "What's the point of you, Craig?" And I just died. Like, who asks someone what the point of them is? And also he says Craig, which I like. So I really like that part. What's the point of you, Craig? I love Capaldi. Water of Mars is excellent. The Empty, oh, you my mummy. That's an excellent two-parter as well. I really like that one. That's my favorite episodes of Eccleston. So Tchaikovsky's great, but doesn't have a lot of amazing piano repertoire. So his favorite famous Cheltenham Number 1, Sonata, NG, and Seasons versus Beethoven's Pianist Friend. Do you agree with that?
Yes, that's very true. Like, pianists do not tend to enjoy Tchaikovsky as much as, say, like a string player might. But I do. My favorite composer is actually Schubert, though, and he wrote a lot for piano, but he's also not very piano friendly because his music's kind of clunky to play. But he's my like actual favorite composer. Fun fact.
Schubert. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We remain 10 minutes behind the comments, so I apologize. Yeah. Jamie, my favorite Doctor is Tennant by quite a margin. I don't like, the problem is Matt Smith after Tenet is just too big of a change for me. He was just a little goofy for me, but it wasn't helped by, I didn't love like the storylines like, I don't like River Song, which I know is unpopular. I don't like the River Song storyline. But I really liked Capaldi as well. Like, Capaldi is probably my second favorite Doctor, which is also an unpopular opinion, but I really like the grouchy Doctor. I like when he's arguing with Robin Hood in the cell and also is pretending to be a janitor. He's like, "Yes, I am. I've got him up." And I'm like, "You're right. That makes you a janitor." Benjamin. Yes, Malazan stuck the landing for me. I really liked Crippled God, and I liked the way it ended. I did not like Toll the Hounds. Thank you. You and I are the only two people in the world who don't like Toll the Hounds, but we don't like it. So good. We have the right opinion. Yes, that's right. Like it was the first two things that we read at the same time. We didn't like those two. And then like pretty much everything else we agree on. So I agree. Capaldi's definitely under Maryland has pretty decent schools depending on where you are, from what I understand. It just depends on where you are in Maryland and what the policies were. So I would just check to make sure what your district policies would be, like as far as what every teacher is required, like how much agency you have to determine your own grading policies and your own retesting policies and stuff like that. Because that's one of the hardest things that I have to deal with, and how much sway the parents have. Like, do you have a very parent-centered district like I do, where literally you will be thrown under the bus because some rich kid's dad, is a donor somewhere? So they're like, well, because that's what I say. We can't tell you to change the grade, but it would probably just be a lot easier. It's that stuff. Christina, what's your favorite piece by Schubert?
Okay, I think I have two, and they're both in B flat. So one is the B flat piano sonata, and I don't remember what number it is, but B flat piano sonata. And then the other it's a piano trio in B flat, and that's probably like my favorite, I think. It's good adventure music. I don't know why, but like it's road trip music for me.
She oftentimes sometimes practices some like classical composer stuff, because most of the stuff she's playing for her job and her studio, but every now and then she plays stuff that for like she's an accompanist to people auditioning for things and everything, and then she plays some really cool stuff. It's awesome, right? Is that right? Is that accurate? Science in the Library, the Boston Errata, also an excellent episode. I agree. I did know that.
That's so cute.
You like Chopin?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. The Poet of the Piano.
I also know it's Chopin, so please before it's Chopin. Yeah, Chopin. The reason I call him Chopin is because, again, those of you who grew up in the 90s, there was a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie called It Takes Two with Steve Guttenberg and Kirstie Alley, and it's like they trade places. Like there's they're twin. Oh, they're identical. They look just alike, but they're not related. But there's the rich one, and then there's the middle class one. And the middle class one, who's like a tomboy, switches with the rich one, and she got her piano recital, and she's like, "I'll play," and she looks at the cover, Chopin, and I've said it Chopin since then because it amused me. That's true story. I haven't gotten to where people, if I've seen any people know these references. I have not. I started watching with Eccleston during Eccleston's season, so I have not seen many of the old Who episodes, but I want to one day. I've never rage quit in Dark Souls. Really, if anything's ever hard, like I'll try it a few times, and if it's too hard, I'll just go grind for souls and level up. Christine, you ever listen to radio?
Very rarely.
Yeah.
Listen much.
I liked Eccleston, and I would have seen him for another season, but I mean, I'm not really mad because I got Tenet after him, but I wish he would have stayed. Max is a huge classical music fan. Look at that. Season ticket of the Cleveland Orchestra.
Awesome.
What's your favorite piano concerto, and why is it Bartok's second?
Oh gosh. Okay. That's a hard one. I played Grieg's concerto. That one's probably a little
Is Grieg the Hall of the Mountain King guy?
Yes.
Done. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
So I don't know that Grieg is my favorite, but that's the one that I know the best.
But it's not Bartok's second?
I'm not very familiar with Bartok's second.
We will listen to it immediately after the show, Max, and
after we watch Gallivant.
Yes, and I'll have her report it back to you.
I'll get back to you on that one.
I mean, I like Rose as a companion, so that opening episode's fine. Mickey's a rube. Oh, good. I hope that was helpful, Cheyenne. I didn't know if it was going to be. Hold on. Oh my gosh, we almost caught up. Hold on. We were almost there. We were so close, and then we weren't. Oh my gosh. Favorite Schubert is, do you know Fantasy of F minor for Schubert?
I played that with Claire. I played it with Claire.
Claire is her best friend from grad school.
Who's also a pianist.
She's coming down next week, so we're gonna have more company next week.
And I really like his serenade too. He bought me a little piano music box that plays the serenade, Schubert serenade. That one.
Oh man, we're back with the. Oh my gosh, we're so far.
Oh gosh, honey, you're over.
The spatula's already used, really? Oh no, Katrina, the ottoman. The ottoman.
That's not okay.
What? What do you mean it's not? You put your feet on it. It's
yeah,
furniture.
that's why it's not super flattering. Is what I was gonna say.
Spatula's really flattering.
It's not. No, I didn't pick that one either.
It's always like Joey the Wrench. They're not flattering.
Yeah, but those are like I don't know.
A wrench is flat. Joey the Wrench is more flattering than Joey the Ottoman.
You get
it's Katrina the Ottoman.
But it's dangerous, like the wrench.
So is an ottoman. Haven't you seen the opening of the Dick Van Dyke Show? He trips over it 90% of the time. Also, the Ottoman Turks.
Katrina the sweater vest.
You can't change it.
I'm saying to me that's what an ottoman, like it's like on par with the ottoman.
Ottomans and sweater vests are not even the same category of household item.
Same type of people have them.
I have an ottoman right here. Well, no, I don't. I used to. You're right. Bye, Miriam. Hold on.
Bye.
Okay, hold on. Thank you so much.
Woo!
I actually have Gunmetal Gods. Josephine really nicely sent it to me, and so I have Gunmetal Gods because it was on my Amazon wish list because it looks really cool. Have you read it, Pete? Oh, never mind. Nice, very cool.
Answered the question for you.
Thank you so much, Joanna.
Bye.
I don't know which laugh it was. I don't know if it was a fake laugh or a real. Or that. Oh, now we're a free. Oh man, we're all the way back at Free Willy.
We're over 10 minutes behind.
William Wallace. Oh, that makes me sad. Sarah is afraid of whales. I don't really know why. Yes, exactly. Like, look, even that would make more sense if they shouted that, but shouting Braveheart doesn't. Why is it not Reg Shoe? It's Reg. Why is it not Reg? It could. I mean, it could be Reg. Reg, short for Reginald. It could be. You know what, Derry? This may be the first line in the sand on which we disagree.
Is it short for Reginald? Because
it doesn't ever say Reginald. It just says Reg the whole time.
This over here?
It
says Reginald. He's got something pulled up over here on the other screen, and at the top it says REG, and then in the text, this is like a whole website. It says Reginald. So Reg would make sense.
I see that now. I didn't see that before. Okay. All right. It is now short. And now, how do I not know it's short for Reginald? Well,
makes sense.
Then it's Reg. That makes sense.
Reginald.
Sorry. I will endeavor to say it the correct way in the future.
I guess he hadn't had a chance to read
Free Will.
it yet.
Oh, look, more music. Piano Chicanter, all phenomenal. But favors Rock 3, Rock 4, and St. Sean's Piano. What'd you say?
St. Sean.
You mean St. Sean?
He's French.
That's how you spell Saison?
Yeah.
Really?
Like St. Sean's. Yeah.
I just thought it was like some dude from Hoboken, New Jersey got canonized. St. Sean, patron saint of racquetball and, golf clubs. Piano. Do you know St. Sean's Piano Concerto No. 5, the Egyptian HBU?
I mean, I don't know it as in
how. Oh, HBU is How About You? You played it?
No, I have not.
You've heard it?
But yeah.
Oh my gosh, we were doing so well. Yes. All right. Yeah, nice. Broadchurch is amazing. What's the point of you, Craig? Yes, Frankenstein's monster. I'm on board with the Frankenstein's monster thing, except that Conan used to do Frankenstein wastes a minute of your time. This guy just dressed like Frankenstein's monster, become Frankenstein, would just stand there and go, ah, ah! Rock 2, but partial to Bartok overall, and Mozart's 21 and 24.
Yeah, Mozart's got some nice concertos. Really, his piano writing really shines in his concertos. They're a bit more operatic.
Yes, the bad American history film, The Patriot. Yes, so Ben understands. Like, they're just so dumb. They shout Braveheart. so foolish. I would be concerned that no one would get them. Empty Child is excellent. David Tennant is the best. British Shore. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry, Jimmy. I know you've been waiting. Jimmy's been waiting 10 minutes. Hold on. Let me get him if you're still here, Jimmy.
Sleeping over there. Hold tight. Here he comes. He'll be grumpy about it.
Grumpy pudding.
Here we go.
All right. So, Jimmy, hopefully your wife is still watching, but this is my wonderful British Shorthair Spurgeon. He is irritated because I literally woke him up. He's sitting on his tower. Show your face, buddy.
Look over here.
Hey, buddy. Call him. There he goes. Look at him. Spurgeon. Hey, buddy. He is mad because I'm holding it. What's your problem, bud? Whoop, whoop. Oh, Christina's going to give him a treat. It's okay, bud. He's mad. He was sleeping. Hurry. Okay, so watch this. Watch this cat get a treat. Watch him. Watch him. That's so cute. And
he has
this little crunching sound.
Another one?
Give me another one. He's so cute. There you go, buddy. You're famous now. All right, go. All right. I hope you're still watching, Jimmy. And that she got to see it. Spurgeon's the best. Honey, they're all talking about music now. Max says, Schubert, can you really appreciate winter rice without living in the north?
I don't know.
Do you know winter rice? Do you know this one?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, for people who haven't lived in the north, I don't know. Maybe you can't really appreciate it. I don't know.
Oh no, hate Capaldi? Yes, Jake. Jake and I are of a mind. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Clara just in general. Like, Clara seemed to kind of be she just seemed to change. Like she didn't really have like a set personality, really. I cannot play any instruments, but thank you. I do have a wonderful singing voice. I don't, but I can't play any instruments. I could play some like nursery rhymes on the piano when Christina gave me lessons, like right at the beginning when we started dating.
We made it all the way up to Russian folk song.
Russian folk song, yeah. So I cannot.
He was playing 3 notes at a time,
Yeah.
folks. It sounded very advanced.
I've never played instrument. It's never like I've just never been my thing. Yeah, I agree. Dang, Choppin, love the JRPG. Yes, Eternal Sonata is excellent. An excellent Xbox, an underrated Xbox game. Completely agree, Ben. Yes! Yes, Pinkness got the It Takes Two comment. Yeah, but in The Parent Trap, aren't they actually related in The Parent Trap? Like they weren't related in this one. Yeah,
in Parent Trap, didn't their parents split and they're trying to get their parents back together?
Yeah. I'm not a huge Clara fan. So we're like there's like two conversations going on here, which is awesome. Like Rock and Max keep talking about music, which is excellent. So favorite overall piece is Sibelius Violin Concerto. Do you know Sibelius Violin Concerto?
I would have to go look it up.
Let's write it down. Another thing to watch. Sibelius Violin. We will get back to you. Rock.
There's
Concerto.
so much music out there in the world. And then a lot of them just have names of saying like what style they are, kind of. So like concerto is like a type of setup where you have solo instrument and orchestra. So there's like concerto, sonata, symphony, and so to keep all of them straight when they have names like
Max
sonata in B flat, it's hard to. That doesn't ring in my head.
Yeah,
that's why we give them nicknames to help distinguish them a little.
What kind of nicknames?
So like Beethoven's piano sonatas, everybody knows like Moonlight Sonata, but that's not a name that he gave it.
Oh, okay.
It's just like sonata in C sharp minor or something.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So sonata number, I don't even remember what number it is. But.
Yeah. Missy's fine. I don't like the Master in general. Like I think the Master. I mean, the Master is not. I mean, the problem is I don't like the Master. So Missy is just a girl, the Master. So, I mean, she's fine. I think she does a good job. I just would prefer they do something else. I'd rather have the Daleks. I know I'm a Dalek fiend, even though this is stupid. We would kill you with one Dalek. Like I love when the Daleks get snippy, like when they're against the Cybermen. Best Zelda game, Link to the Past. Ocarina of Time is the most popular choice. The game show one was not a great episode. Oh, look at this, Pete. I literally just dunked on your favorite character. Sorry. A lot of people really like the Master and Missy. Thank you, Max.
Have fun at the birthday party.
Nice, Marcus. Link to the Past. Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is okay. A lot of fans of Missy. Yeah, see? Katrina knows the Dick Van Dyke reference. Katrina the vase. Katrina the candlestick. Ottomans are sneaky. Nice. Ottoman versus sweater vest. Orangutan versus otter. Dang, you know the Greek concerto. He wants to learn that piece eventually. You're better. Have you heard Alice Sarah Ott's recording of the Greek concerto?
I'm sure that I have, but I probably was listening to it when I was studying it, and so I don't remember anything in particular about it.
Something shots fired.
10 years ago.
Patron saint. Who was patron saint of racquetball? Why did they say that?
Did you say that?
Saint Sean. Saint Sean. Oh, okay. Now we're at the cat. All right.
Made it the cat.
I'm hoping Jimmy got to see it. Got to see it. Yes. Old Spurgey. He is glorious. I love him so much. He's such a good cat. He's so docile. He would never murder me. He chases his orange ball, and when the old cat Ava, when she starts like meowing, like we get sick of it, but Spurgeon gets sick of it. He'll literally just like flying tackle her if she starts meowing too much because he didn't want to hear it. He's such a good cat.
Okay, he looks so grumpy over there.
What are you mad about, bud?
He's a little rumpled.
But if you say Spurge, his tail will go up. Hey, bud. There he goes.
Yep. He goes,
His tail hangs down, and then you go, hey, bud, and his tail pops up. It was so cute. They saw him grabbing his treats.
Yay!
He's so cute.
That's like his one trick.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here in a second, but yeah, I have had a lot of cats in my life, and then I was down to 2, and they were both old, and I always said that when I'm never gonna have one cat because I don't like leaving. I just like my cats to have playmates, and so I asked my wife that when one of them died, if we could get a British Shorthair because I've always wanted one, and unfortunately. We thought it was going to be like a couple of years in the future, and it happened like 3 months before we were married. So I've always had stray cats or shelter cats, but this time I wanted to get a British Shorthair because I've wanted one for so long. Like I love British Shorthairs. I always have. I've always loved British Shorthairs. Spurgeon, you got so much. You've got so much. I'll make sure. I'll make sure I ask Evie to give it. Jimmy, he's so cute.
He's down here and bathing himself right now.
What's your opinion on Rachmaninoff's Morceau de Fantasie? Do you know it?
I don't have. You know how Alan has like a lot of hot takes. I don't have a lot of hot takes. I feel like my opinions are more like either I love it or it was nice. So that's not like one of my top fave pieces ever. But I don't have anything negative to say about it.
Yeah, no Disney songs yet. This has been a sorry guys. We have been together for our second year anniversary is the 3rd of August. Next week.
It's
next week. When's the 3rd of August?
Well, okay. So like I'm not counting. I'm thinking
it's a week. It's a week from Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm already thinking of it as
on the 3rd of August. It will be our 2nd year anniversary, and we dated a little over about 13 months before we were married. So we've been together 3 years currently. So we started dating in July 3 years ago. No, we didn't. We started dating in July. It was the end of July. Christina Walker.
I'm looking up in my journal.
It was you go look it up in your journal. It was the end of July. I promise. Regardless, 3 years is the answer to your question. What's your favorite Disney song, Christina?
I don't know. What's my favorite Disney song? Do I sing any of them?
I don't know.
Probably Let's Get Down to Business. Try that one.
Why would we be getting down to business?
What do you mean?
To defeat.
Oh, you're gonna keep going?
The Huns.
We used to listen. Me and my friends used to listen to that in high school when we were doing our math homework to get us.
That's because it's amazing. It's because it's a
good song.
Oh, it's so good. I'm never gonna catch my breath. Say goodbye to those who knew me. Boy, was I a fool in school for a cutting gym. This guy's got us scared to death.
Hope he doesn't see right through me.
Now I really wish that I knew how to swim. Be a man. We must be swift as the coursing. Be a man with all the force of a great tide. Be a man with all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
I didn't know if you were going to go for it or not.
No.
The moon.
No. Time is racing toward us. Never done. Till the Huns arrive. Heed my every your. Oh, hold on. Good night, Leanne.
Bye.
It's Take Two is a throwback. Also a great movie. Holy crap! Jake called it. It
really is. It's a good
wow, classics in there, Derry. Classics. I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I reached the top and had to stop, and that's what been bothering me.
I will say Disney songs, I also really like some of the love songs. So the one in Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, the 10 minutes ago I met you. That's my second favorite.
What does the screen say?
Exterminate.
Exterminate! Exterminate! Must exterminate!
I can't do it like you can.
Thank you so much, Larry.
Bye.
Christina, do you listen in any modern music? Jake listens to classical rock, jazz, classical.
So I listen to some, but because my job is music, I don't really listen to a ton for fun.
That makes sense.
But I do like Ludovico Einaudi. I don't know how to say his name. He's Italian. If anybody is Italian in here and can tell me or knows more about the language and can tell me how to pronounce his name, I really love his music. And I listen to some like worship music and country. We like country.
It's true.
On road trips.
I grew up with country. We're also from the South.
90s and
not new country.
Like not new country, like between the 80s and the before 2010, I would think.
Though Brad Paisley, Peyton Manning commercials
We love that.
are my favorite thing. I don't know why. I've always liked Peyton Manning.
Brad's.
Yeah, merch is coming. So merch is coming. And Monopoly, were you present when I talked about Monopoly? Oh no. Yeah, merch is coming at some point. I'm going to start First Law at some point. Like, people really want me to read it. It's on the wheel, so it could be at any time if I don't schedule it. It is on the random wheel. Yeah, always too. Yes. Oh no. I hope that's not the case with Spurgeon. You just make Spurgeon merch. Look at that.
Spurgeon on a mug. That'd be so cute.
What's your favorite music to teach, love?
Oh gosh. I like everything. I teach everything. I want my students to be excited about the music. So I will teach jazz. I'll teach pop. I'll teach classical. I'll teach hits from the radio. We do all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up soon. So I'm gonna try to get through the comments as fast as I can. Watch this. Yes, it's incredibly long. I do remember what she was wearing when I met her. I met her. Yeah, I met you at church. You were wearing. No, I don't. I remember what you were wearing when we had coffee the first time.
I remember because I met him and I thought he was really cute, and I was like, well, good thing I'm wearing my flattering dress.
Oh, was it the flower dress? Yes.
Flowers,
okay.
and I had my pearls on.
I gotcha. Yeah, and the first time I met her, I made a freaking Theseus and the Minotaur joke, which, as you know, works really well to pick up the ladies. So stupid. It was so stupid. It was dumb. It was a mythological reference. I was like, oh, I thought I was like, oh, you sank it, Alan. Sank it. We did work pretty fast, but we knew, and we're just like, why waste time? I agree with you. Be Prepared is amazing.
And back it up though. We went through a natural disaster together.
Oh yeah, that helped.
I think that kind of solidified the bond.
Yeah. 2 months after we started dating, we had a Category 5 hurricane that just completely destroyed our town. And so it was bad. Like Category tore up the town.
We were here and we were literally in this house with my parents and my younger sister sheltering together. Mm-hmm. So when you go through that with someone, I think you get close pretty fast. You learn a lot about each other.
Yeah, and then afterwards, no one has any power, so everyone's constantly at other houses helping people cut limbs off of trees and lug them, and it was rough. So, I have not seen that. I will have to check that out. Be Prepared is excellent. Yeah, we do that. This is when we were singing. All right, cool. So we got a lot of love for our Mulan.
Thanks, guys.
You don't have to get rid of it. I liked Foundry Side. I'm just waiting for news of the third one before I read Shortfall. And every second I read Shortfall, I'll just be crying.
Hey,
nice.
And there's some other booktubers that live in Florida. Not super close to us, but in the States.
Oh, Philip says he's coming down, I think in March, for a conference. And I'm
is it in Orlando?
I think it's in Orlando. So we're gonna see Philip. Look at this. I'm so glad y'all talked about music. That's awesome. Because I can't really talk much about music. Unless it's a musical. I only know musicals, unfortunately. Poor Unfortunate Souls, we sang that on the last one. Yes. Come on, you poor unfortunate souls. Go ahead. Make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much. Just your voice. Oh my gosh. I love Ursula. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, yes. Dun 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 dun. What? That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Oh my gosh.
That's how it goes.
All the veins are popping.
That's how Christina, that is how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Charmaine likes that Cinderella.
Yes. Yes, it's so good. I love it.
Under the Sea is also amazing.
Under the Sea.
Lord of the Rings. I'm obsessed with the Shire music.
Okay, I don't actually like this. He found like a Shire YouTube video where it's like an
Agreed, Jake.
ambiance thing. It's just very long.
Yeah. You have a beautiful singing voice, honey.
Thank you.
I agree with you.
I
I
don't have
agree.
any training vocals.
She does.
But I sing a lot in my lessons.
Yes. Yes. So the first Dalek, so you can understand. Exterminate! Exterminate the Doctor! What? That's what they say,
This
Christina.
is loud.
Christina, that is what they say. The Daleks don't whisper. They don't go, exterminate. That's not what they do. They yell. Yeah, I don't like New Country. What's your favorite piece you performed? We're almost to the end. Yes, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I played favorite piece I performed. I am proudest of I played a Bach prelude and fugue in C sharp minor. I don't actually remember if it was book 1 or book 2, so I'd have to go check. But I was very proud of that because it was a lot of work to memorize, and it was very emotional. It's a very like kind of heavy piece, but I was very proud of it. I liked it a lot. And some Brahms intermezzos that I really enjoyed as well, like Opus 118. So
Have I heard those? Or did you play that for school?
I played them for school.
Do you remember them?
I had the music, but I can't like sit down and just play through it. It's been years. And I played this sonata by Diane Gulkazian Ravi. So it's modern, and you got to like do arm clusters. And
Is that when you just like smack
cool.
the keys with your arms?
Yeah, you literally like, and
That's weird.
it was like in rhythm. It was really cool.
That's so weird.
It was really cool.
You should teach symphonic metal.
I don't know anything about other instruments, so I can only teach the piano part, but
I get that, Jake. I get that.
one cat it is.
Wow, even faster. That's nice.
Yeah, we met in late June and got married 14 months later.
Yeah. Very soon, depending on if she trashes guards, and the other 3. Country artist. I will check that out. Sierra Farrell.
Worth looking into.
There was
Oh, sorry.
okay, Mrs. Disney sing one. There was just one. There was just one song.
Disaster
romance subgenre. Genre. You're right. Subgenre.
And after this pandemic too, I feel like everybody could relate to some extent about disaster.
People like our Disney singing. I love Daleks. They don't ever exterminate the Doctor. They freaking just scream about it all the time. Like I can't even do it anymore. I'm out. Dolly, yeah, like Dolly. I like Dolly. She's good people. Exterminate!
Don't stop typing that. Yes. He's gonna do it every time.
Are you watching the Olympics? Christina likes the Olympics. I've never watched the Olympics, and let me tell you why.
Really not?
No,
Never?
let me tell you why. Because bringing it back full circle to what we talked about earlier, I watched Conan O'Brien on NBC every night for years, and when the Olympics came on, it was a month that I did not want that Conan didn't come on because it's people losing. I don't care. Like I don't want to watch people losing. I want to watch Conan O'Brien. And so I developed I think it was like the 2000 Olympics or something. I think like I developed a bitterness for the Olympics because like Conan was off for a month because of the Olympics. That's true. That's a true story. And I've never watched them since.
I really like the Olympics. They always make me feel really lazy though, because I'm sitting on my butt
Jake,
watching TV and people way younger than me are accomplishing amazing things.
They're doing it on purpose. Exterminate! They're doing it on purpose now.
I'm taking names. I'm writing it down, Pete. On my bad list.
Hold on. Can I do it? Hold on. Exterminate. Exterminate. Exterminate! Can't do it.
Jake's down too. Y'all are in trouble.
Anyway.
Olympic ping pong.
Olympic ping pong, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, we're coming up with 3 hours. I need to I need to get to read and follow Babel. But guys, thank you so much. Like, so many of you guys have joined in for so long. This has been so got me. Sorry, it got me with Conan. Jake, I have not actually watched Conan in the last. Not really. I haven't watched Conan regularly since like his third year on TBS, so it's been a while. But I've listened to a couple episodes and I like it. I just love Conan. Like, I like the fact that he went to Harvard. Like, I like the fact that his comedy is a really, like, it's just a blend of like clever and stupid. And so, like, I'm just a big fan of Conan. I'm sad he's off the air, but I know he's going to keep doing stuff. Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for joining. I don't know why there's so many people named Jake. I know 3 on BookTube. But you guys were awesome. We really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us on this stream. Thank you guys so much for your help getting us to 5K. I talked to so many of you in Discord or on your channels or in various communities already. You guys are the best. We really, 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 really appreciate your support. We just want you guys to know that. And this is a blast. Like, it didn't even seem like it was 3 hours, but it's been so much fun. Just talking about random crap, right? Like, y'all are like, here's what's gonna happen. Like, tomorrow, people are gonna start, like, you guys are gonna start repeating things at me that I said, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I did say that. I forgot. Like when Evie said patron saint of racquetball, or is that what I said? Like, I didn't even remember what that was about. Like, I've already forgotten. I forget. I say it and I forget it. I don't remember things that I say. But it's always just a blast. And the last live stream produced so many good gifts too. So hopefully, if Evie gets time, we'll have some good ones this time. But thank you guys so much. If you popped a super chat up in here, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You guys are fantastic. So have a great rest of your what's today?
Saturday. A
great rest of your Saturday. And I'm gonna try to read instead of play Dark Souls. Dark Souls, it's so much easier than reading. I don't want Sinland to be over, but I need to read Sinland. So anyway, thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate you, and have a great rest of your weekend.
Bye.
Exterminate!